Welcome to Chill Stream Hangout number 21. Today is Boxing Day, and a happy Boxing Day to you if you celebrate it. Thank you for joining us nonetheless. But it's going to be a chill stream. I'm going to start off playing some Fishing Planet. Again, Fishing Planet, which is free. Feel free to do so. Skype lines are open. Let me put myself in the super secret Discord server. General voice chat. There we go. Just to be accommodating to people. But I do want to start off by wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a healthy and prosperous New Year. And yes, that will be Sunday. Will be the 1st of January. But yeah, just a few more days until until New Year's Eve. So I'm sure most people are looking forward to the start of a new year and hopefully lower gas prices as well as everything else. But yeah, let me fire up Steam. And again, I'm starting to enjoy making streams that go anywhere because I think this does encompass a chill stream, or maybe I have to label it not so chill stream. But I do like to vary different topics and so forth and talk about all different sorts of things. Shout out to the Ghost from the Ghost in the chat. Merry Christmas to you as well and your family. And your loved ones, and to everyone that actually I'll wait to talk about that. But yeah, we're getting more viewers in, and I have a fair bit to say, to be quite honest. But I'd like to wait until potentially those people are around for them to hear it themselves. But let's just at least get Steam going here, have something for you guys to watch, and then we'll get into what we need to get into. But yeah, I'll hold off on that. What I was planning to just go into. But yeah, we're going to just start off with a little Fishing Planet first. DVS 2021 is my account. So if you want to join up at some point, and I believe this is cross-compatible. So yeah, maybe you'll join me. Yeah, today's Boxing Day in Canada. Not too sure if you guys know what that's about. There's no boxing, like physical boxing, done unless it goes into the next point. This is our technical Black Friday. For the longest time, it's been used as a date to sell products off to reduce your inventory before the new year. And yeah, there's been fights. Not as bad as Black Friday. Those things, I mean, America shines when it comes to literal riots that occur in Walmart during a Black Friday. But we've seen that stuff too. Mostly it's cordial. Everyone waits in line, freezes their ass off, try to get a deal that they could have gotten in July or something. So it's another farce. But yeah, that's what's going on today, or what was going on today. Actually, no, it's not even 5 o'clock. Yeah, I'm sure that shit's still going on. There was news reports and shit about how the cars were just so... there were so many cars going to malls and shit that they were causing backups on the off-ramps of the highways. So, and then spilling onto streets, and it sounds stupidly insane to do that when you could sit home and just order something. But, yeah, Canadians are also stupid. So, keep that in mind when it comes to this sort of thing. But, let me just get this game going here. Where the fuck is it? Hello, game. Come here, fishy. Where are you? There it is. I really have to clean up OBS. Hope you guys are having a good day. Yeah. Boxing Day here is a statutory holiday. So you get time and a half, and, most people don't have the day, aren't working that day and stuff. A lot of things are closed down, government, especially government stuff. So, yeah, for us, it's something, that I guess affects our ability to either, go out or to work. And to America, it's just another day. So I know that a lot of people are actually working today, or were working. And a lot of people actually got the day off because of the storm. So, but yeah, for us, it's a holiday, and the origins were basically Boxing Days because you'd box up all your leftovers from Christmas dinner. You'd go out and feed the poor. So that's the rumored start of Boxing Day, if you ever wondered about that. But let me get to this game here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. But yeah, I'm going to hold off on talking about a few things just to allow for people to come in. I sent a few messages. It does appear that some people are getting the alerts. But yeah, we're going to have to hold off on a few things until we can get more people here. Not for the viewers, but more so, no, I should say, not for claiming I got a certain number of viewers. It's so that those that I wish to address are here to hear what I have to say. And I guess if they haven't been naughty, they should be able to type in the chat. But then again, you never know if I get some random Skype message or Twitter message. So, those lines are open, as well as the Discord lines. But yeah, let's do a little Boxing Day fishing. Caught almost all the fish here. That's kind of cool. And I might play some other games, or I might just, just stop playing games altogether. Again, it's a chill stream, and it can go anywhere. And really, who directs it are you, the people. So yeah. Well, let's see how this goes. But yeah, a relaxing Boxing Day to say the least. For the most part. It's been busy doing a lot of cleaning, catching up on. I don't have any bait. Catching up on a few things. Prepping the house for sale. Where's my fucking bait? Taking care of errands. There we go. I'll go into that. The dough balls. Pricey, but they do bring good stuff. What do we got? Yeah, there we go. So DVS 2021. I was correct on that. That's if you want to find me on Steam, that's where you find me. And if you want to play GTA Online, which is through whatever the fuck the other program's called, Epic. I think it's the same one. But yeah, let's try to catch some fishies. Yeah, 13,000, not too bad. Travel prices, though, we've seen that. 4,000 to get to one place, and then your shit ain't good enough? Nah, no thanks. But we still got a lot to accomplish here. I had a glorious Christmas dinner, and it really came out well, in my opinion. There we go fishing. I had a top sirloin roast. Why is this not? What's going on here? Oh, I didn't equip it. Good job, Dave. Good job. We go to inventory, and now we get our bait. Put it in there, and now we should be able to fish. Good job, Dave. There we go. So, get it there. Shout out to the lovely Miss Tiffany in the chat. Very Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year to you. Thank you for joining us today. Oops. Let's do this. There we go. But yes, and I always love to talk about food. That's just who I am. But I had that roast top sirloin, medium rare, and it came out so good. Actually, what I also did is that I encrusted it with parsley, with garlic, a little bit of salt, obviously, and it just came out so good. Medium rare, just perfect. I had a homemade gravy, brown gravy, which I make very well. Very easy to make. Extremely easy. I can't wait to give that recipe out. Because it's literally like 4 or 5 ingredients, and you can make the best fucking gravy. Glazed carrots, mashed potatoes, and obviously that's where the gravy went, as well as on the meat as well, or portions of it. The meat itself was perfect on its own. It was succulent, it was juicy, it was the perfect consistency as well as temperature. But that gravy really altered the flavor. I wouldn't say improved it or, made it worse. It was just to each their own, and both of those were good. Stuffing, wow, that was good stuffing. And what else? I think that's all I could fill in my gullet because I had the itis, and I decided to do. I took a shower, prep myself for bed. Certainly feeling the itis from that big meal. Do my laundry and then obviously dry it, and because that's the best way to go to bed after a nice hot shower with nice cozy bed sheets that were just recently laundered. And I have fleece bed sheets, which I gotta tell you that they are the best out there, especially during the winter. And I had some very, very good Argentinian red wine with my meal, and I had that ice, so I had to lie back and thinking, okay, I'll keep this YouTube playlist going. I'll sort of be tuning in while I'm resting, waiting for my laundry to finish. Next thing I know, it's 3:30 in the morning or so. I can't even remember. I was so fucking groggy. I'm just like, oh, God. Fell asleep waiting for my laundry to get done. And, at that point, it's like, fuck it. I'll just make the bed and just go to bed. But I slept extremely well. It must have been that wine, actually. I gotta say, it was really a relaxing sleep. It's nice when you can have all your muscles just unwind and just relax and just fall into like the most deepest sleeps. And I certainly, fuck. There we go. Not a bad cast. But yeah, I slept really well last night, and yeah, it was. I gotta say, it was a very, very interesting Christmas. First time I've actually spent it alone without any family and friends, or friends, I should say. But it was a time for reflection for me. Obviously, I didn't make any videos. I was actually initially thinking on the 24th to do so, to make a video on the 25th. But to be quite honest, actually, just because of the situation that I don't like to keep bringing up, but I was feeling especially reflective on a lot of different things going on in life. And again, Christmas has always had a special spot in my heart. So that it was an especially challenging or interesting Christmas. However, it's it is what it is. I'm not, again, got nothing to hide, but that's what it is. And I got to say that a lot of people actually did contact me yesterday, people that I did not expect. I contacted a lot of people as well to wish them Merry Christmas and so forth. Talked to family yesterday. Um, you know, even with everything, try to consider what Christmas really is about. And again, I heard from a lot of people, not only wishing me Merry Christmas, but people that I did not expect, people that I've had feuds with, people that currently totally disagree with me or don't like me. But the one common denominator of all that, and yes, Scott, I'm using this in the appropriate term now. This is the one where you say common denominator, is that every single one of them actually said, all shit aside, like we are, thinking about your father. We want the best for him. We hope he recovers quickly, and some people have even said that they actually prayed for him. And regardless of whatever issues that I might have had with them, I do appreciate that, and like without words, there's no way I can really explain that. And it means more than they might even think, and it really, to me, also goes to show a level of maturity and at least human decency, something that Scott does not show. But even with all these people that have disagreed with me, that have gone against me and all that, still would come and say that to me, and actually in some cases tell me that they were praying for my father, it really raises them, in my opinion, in the way I view them, and I certainly respect them much more because of that. And it certainly shows that they are capable and willing to take the high road, and that they're willing to look past other things to do so. They obviously, to say that to me, there's pride does not come into play there. This is something that obviously they didn't owe me that. They didn't fucking owe me to say that at all. What the fuck do they care, right? But they did. So if I had a hat to tip, I'd tip it to you, and I'll say that these people who did say these things to me certainly are in a new light, and I have a lot more respect for these individuals for showing that maturity and that honesty. So now I don't have the right bobber here. This thing keeps messing around, so I'm gonna have to change that up. Leave this here because I believe that the bobber that we have is in our backpack. Shout out to Ryan the Heel, aka Yummy out here in the chat. Merry Christmas to you. He's wishing also a very Merry Christmas to everyone. Go. Let's go to our inventory. This is the home. There it is. That's the one. This is really good, actually. And we have a lot of extra bait here. And we shouldn't even be buying more bait. We should just go back to our backpack and grab our phone. There we go. But yeah, that's why I did want to wait for a few more people. We have 24 people, but I do hope that those that did send those messages or were in a certain chat saying certain things, and I don't want to identify them, because then Scunty will probably look them up and be like, oh, how could they compliment Dave for this and that and blah blah. But yeah, from what I've seen, there's a lot of people that certainly have much more maturity than I took them credit for, and or I gave them credit for. And again, my words, as I said them, are absolutely true. Is that I do appreciate more than you might even think. So again, thank you to you guys. Let's see here. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, well, I'm sure we'll eventually get to the topic of Scott and stuff. Well, you know what? Fuck it. We're already there now. How dare you mention my name on? So apparently, the Grinch spent all of Christmas making videos. I wouldn't say all of Christmas, but he was making videos on Christmas Day. To me, I was much more reflective. I actually watched Midnight Mass in Latin. Again, had a very retrospective day. Contacted family members, wished them Merry Christmas. Tried to share, the Christmas cheer. And again, yesterday was really good for that, for me at least. And I talked to somebody else. I think it was today about this. No, it was yesterday. Actually, it was on Christmas. But they were talking about the fact, and they might be listening because I sent them the link. But that despite all the adversity that they faced this year, that they truly see themselves as blessed. And I remember Joe saying that the other day on one of his streams. But he talked about the fact that, what he feels he's so blessed on is his wife, his kids, and just being with that. And, that provided retrospect as well for me. There we go. Damn it. I'm going to have to change the reel. Come on. All right, we're going to have to do something about this. But yeah, it was very insightful, and it was, I appreciated it, and it really gives, in my opinion, a good perspective on the season. And, it's not about gifts, it's not about all this crap and, the hustle and bustle and the stress and all that. It's about, family. It's about faith. It's about, knowing that there's blessings. And I certainly did feel that yesterday. It was, again, it's a challenging year. I'm not going to deny that. I'm only human. Until the upgrades are complete, then I shall become part of Skynet. But again, yesterday was good for me in the sense that it gave me an opportunity to just think about important things, and to show appreciation to those that I appreciate. So, yeah, yesterday, a lot of messages, a lot of communication amongst many people. But Scott, the Grinch, certainly didn't seem to let up. And at this point, it's just so funny that he continues to wrestle with trying to make himself look like, at least in his own eyes, because I think he's got that personal doubt, but the idea that he somehow is a hero. He goes on to Omegle unsolicited and clearly wasn't working for the FBI or CIA or the RCMP from Texas or Hawaii. And he claims to be this superhero and such, and certainly somebody that we should be respecting. Thinks that somehow nobody can say a word about him, that if somebody makes a joke, somehow he's got to come and respond. What the fuck's wrong with the fish today? They fucking should be biting. This is ridiculous. I'm getting a message. Hold on. Skibbity-bop-da-dum. Shooby-dooby-doo-wum. I already saw this message. Why is Skype being stupid? Alrighty. Are we going to actually catch this fish this time? What's going on with the fish? My hook is good. Bobber's good. They're obviously biting the bait. Come on, you little bitches. But I thought I'd address this at least at this moment. I can obviously go further. I've recorded many of the videos that he released on Christmas Day, the Grinch. Very angry, very sad individual. It is the truth. His sister said that he was the sad, lonely little boy in elementary school. But yes, another reason why I certainly didn't do any videos yesterday is because it was a day of reflection, and obviously it's fun for us guys. Obviously, that's why everyone's here. But things need to be done, and certain people who want to be around and don't want to accept that they're not wanted, certainly need to be reminded of that. But again, it should be clear. But I'll continue to remind, obviously, Scunty, who's watching probably in his... I don't know if he's got the day off. It is a holiday, but there we go, finally. But hey, 4 time and a half or whatever the fuck he makes there at the fucking oil fields. I actually, actually, he's probably at home, to be quite honest. I doubt that he shipped out today to get to camp. He's probably got until Tuesday. That's where he gets on the bus. They ship him out to the work camp, and he'll be there for, I think it's 10 on, 10 off, something like that. But he'll still make videos there in his fucking, well, we can't call them barracks, but in the digs, at the work camp, watching out for polar bears. But, yeah, he just keeps burying himself, and it is comical. Also, yeah, well, actually, maybe we'll do that. I'm waiting. There's going to be some funny stuff I've got planned. But if anyone wants to be paying attention to Scott's channel, I'm not subscribed. I did accidentally do so, but he thought I was purposely doing so, which is hilarious. Which means now I'm probably going to have to subscribe to my new best friend. Tony from Revere is my new best friend. So, yeah, I'll be able to know exactly when he's live and everything, and it won't be by accident. So I think I'll put this on screen in a moment or a while. I'm still fishing. But, yeah, just to remind Scott that it's not by accident that I click on it because I was trying to move on to the next video. No, this is like, I'm going to subscribe to my new best friend. Because that's the rumor around the streets there. Whoop. Aww. So close. There's a few fish down there, I think. Let's see if I can taunt them. Come on. But, yeah, so... I think I might do that. What else? Getting messages from somebody else. Let me just check on this real quick. Come on. Don't care. Thank you for disinteresting me. All right. But yeah, just think of it this way. Who spends their Christmas? Because to me, damn it. That was okay, cast. Again, to me, Christmas has meaning to it. And this year, even more so. To some people, it's an extremely important event as well. And they want to celebrate it with their family. And they want to have good tidings and so forth. But it looks like the Grinch actually spent Christmas Day just commiserating and angry at reality, which is really un-Christmas-like, to be quite honest. Not to honk my own horn, but I did, check out this stream, this midnight mass stream that was... the Latin Mass, which I actually do like, but I'm not going to get into that because I don't proselytize. And for those that don't know that word, it means those people that go out there and try to push their religion on others, like the Church of Latter-day Saints. They'll go to your door and try to convince you. No, that's misinterpretation of the gospel, in my opinion. And I'll fight any priest that might say otherwise, because, well, sometimes words aren't enough, right? But that's how they actually did back in the day. Priests would get into fights. I'm talking about 1100s and 1200s AD. Shout out to Danny MT in the chat. Yeah, I give you history lessons, linguistic lessons and all sorts of things through my streams. It's crazy. It's all over the place. Oh, yeah. Danny MT in the chat, he says, stopping by, got some chipotle chili, cubed steak, and pinto beans. Going for some tacos in a while. Might go burrito style. I bought some huge tortillas. You do you, man. However you wish to consume it, because it'll obviously look better on the way in than on the way out. But congratulations, because on this day, Danny MD, the Soviet Union finally fell. I think it was 91. So, yes. Remember that. Capitalism always wins, comrade. You lost again. All right. Let's continue our fashion. But yeah, like what kind of person spends Christmas Eve just angry at the world? Isn't that the time? It's just like the one day of the year that one should be at least a little more I don't know, human. Shout out to Joey Z in the chat. Merry Christmas to you, and Merry Christmas to It's Steve Callan. Out there in the wilds of Manitoba. Who's going to, he's going to be going to AEW. I think that's in March. I don't remember, Steve. But, yeah, that's fucking awesome. And I expect you, yes, I expect you. This is a dictate. And I do put the word dick into dictate, if you know what I'm saying. Remember, toilet bowls, very small, North America style. But yes, I demand that you bring us photos. I want to see. I don't care what seats you're in. They could be nosebleeds. I want to see photos of the event. And also a video, maybe you just yelling Joe Cronin show or something. Come on. Who else? Oh, shout out to Spartan King of Texas. He says, yo, 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 Merry Christmas. And Feliz Navidad to you too, señor. Y prospero año. But I haven't seen any comments in the chat. What do you guys have for Christmas dinner? Anything good? You know, I love to talk food. You know, anything special? You guys do a traditional, I don't know, English meal, South American meal, Italian, just a TV dinner. I don't know. I'm curious, actually. Damn it, I missed him. There we go. Golden China. And I think the Tony fish are only available during the Christmas season. So I guess that's going to go until January 1st, maybe. But hey, there's no other fish in the fucking game that has sunglasses. So it is kind of cool. And I mean, to have a fish after you, you know, come on. Steve Callan says, I had fondue for Christmas dinner. Fancy wancy. Where were you at the Four Seasons? Danny MT says, everyone get what they wanted? I got pot roast and mashed potatoes. 'Twas amazing. Well, they do combine quite well. Mine wasn't in a pot. But Tiff telling us about her Southern American, well, no, Southern Texas, or was it Tex-Mex? Tex-Mex, there we go. Say it's what it is. But she says, I had a cheese enchiladas with ground beef. Best type of enchiladas with the beef. Spanish rice, always good. Beans, crispy taco, and spicy pork tamales. I haven't had too many tamales in my life, but when I've had them, I've enjoyed them. Tex-Mex. There we go. Tex-Mex. So it's a mix. Yeah, it sounds like those were good meals. Fondue for Christmas, though. That's fancy. That's I've had fondues at business, holiday parties and stuff, but it wasn't like a main meal. It was just like, oh, okay, there's this and that, but yeah, that sounds delicious. Spartan King says, I went with tamales, just all tamales. It hurt after. How many, though? That's the question, because that might explain why it hurt. Because, yeah, they're good, but I guess it depends on everyone. I don't know, how much they're filled. They shouldn't be filled too much, though. Um, mostly probably how many you ate, because it sounds to me like you just got a tray full and you just went to town. We got a Tony Fish. Nice. He's blue this time. I'm blue. If I were green, I would die. But da ba dee ba ba da da ba dee ba do die. We're gonna keep him. Keep him nice and safe. Steve Cowan says, my mom made fondue. Oh, who doesn't love melted cheese? I mean, it's an indicator of probably some sort of issues. But damn it. Like 2 dozen throughout the day. So essentially 24 tamales from sunup to sundown. Were they at least varied ingredients, or was it all the same tamale that you just kept scarfing down? Yeah, exactly. I have to agree. He says, because he initially said, I like 2 dachshund throughout all the day. And then he corrected to dozen. And he says, now, my autocorrect knows community slang now. Yeah, seems like that. I'm wouldn't be surprised if if you're on Facebook or something and they offer you some sort of website or something to do things. But yes, I don't know if anyone could tell me. I'd appreciate it. But I don't know if Scott is currently just waiting to make videos on me, or if he's already gone ahead and said, "Oh, I won one." Well, meanwhile, I'm still here broadcasting. I didn't go anywhere. But there's a few videos that I've downloaded and can easily play for you guys to listen to some of the shit that he's said. And he's said it to about a bunch of different people. But again, yesterday was a no drama day. It was a day of reflection and faith. And I spent it on what was important to me, and certainly didn't check up. Although people were messaging me and telling me, "Oh, did you see what Scott did?" Blah blah blah. It's like no, I haven't seen that. But today is a different day. But I did check that out later this afternoon after finishing a bunch of chores and such. And it looks like old Scunty just doesn't seem to understand many different things, and has just been so livid at just people being in my chat that he's certainly starting to make videos on other people. Tiff says that they were all pork, according to Spartan King. And Tiff says that they have better been spicy. Spicy pork tamales. Yeah, there's some weird Christmas dinners out there. Or at least not weird, but different. Who is this fucker? Oh, it's somebody who chose a female. E-Man, and he's dressed like a girl. Okay. Sounds like somebody I know who lives in Alberta. I'm not talking about Nikki Nines. Just to let you know. But, yeah, speaking about Skuntard, he'll claim that he has faith, that he knows God. I've talked about this with many people. But it's really just, it's all for show. It's the attempt that a lot of these run-of-the-mill liberals try to say, oh, well, I know religion and I believe this and that, and eventually find out that they don't have any knowledge, nor have they ever. And this came out with Scott. He's like, well, I'm not Christian. It's just like, but why do you keep saying these things that make it sound like you are? Everything Spartan King touches, it turns to spicy. Oh, so you're like that Skittles guy, but instead of turning everything to Skittles, it's to spicy. Nice, another Tony Fish. Sweet. 94 points, or fake dollars, whatever. Hey, that's I'm sure if we've got a skunt fish. Actually, I do have a skunt fish, actually. It's basically the skeleton of a fish. And it's used for bait and stuff. But yeah. At least the Tony one will fetch me good money at the market. I mean, who'd want a Dave Rose fish? Come on, man. He'd come out with a book in his fucking mouth. Actually, no. He wouldn't come out with that. That's the only way you'd catch him. You'd have to actually get a book, put it on the line, and throw it in there, and then this fucking long-haired fish would come out and bite it. Yeah, my hair's getting long, actually. I'm gonna cut it again. I like the short dude these days. My days of long hair are over. I passed that on to the new generation. But damn, was I a handsome gent with the long hair. But then again, I'm just a handsome gent. Fuck. I shaved my head bald, and man, I look fucking beautiful. I have a great bocce ball of a head, nice and evenly round, no dents or fucking malformations. So, hey, I could always just shave my head and then buy a bunch of different wigs. I could do that, like Lex Luthor in the first Superman movie with Richard Donner. Spartan confirms he is the King Midas of spice. But is this stupid spice? Is this the stuff that really just burns your jaw out, like alien blood from the movie Alien? Or is this actually good stuff that people can appreciate? Because some of you Mexicans certainly do make things that are they're humanly impossible to consume. Sorry, some of them are just impossible. I don't know how the fuck you do it, but it doesn't make physical sense. You're using some sort of magic spell or something. I don't know. Those Carolina Reapers, holy shit, those things. It's like a bulldozer went throughout my entire intestines, and the next day, I feel it. Those are they taste great though. That's the thing. They have good flavor to them. And they are fucking hot. But oh my God, the aftermath it's not worth it, but I just haven't learned my lesson yet. It's hard. They're so good. And I blame people like you. Because you're probably out there making fucking spices and encouraging people to use things, and probably part of the Carolina Reaper cartel, pushing the shit on everyone, and Yeah, it tastes great going in, but feels like hell going out. So, oh, apparently he was the sixth Spice Girl. Hey, they owe you residuals. Okay, they were very lucrative. So, hopefully, Harvey Weinstein wasn't your agent. That would probably have been a problem. But Div says, I just like enough spicy food just for flavor. Um, Tabasco, I think, is just not very good, personally. I think it's a um, cheap spice, and I'm not a fan of white vinegar based um, spice sauces because they put too much in there. Like the same thing with Frank's Red Hot. That's fucking white vinegar to the point where it's almost all of it, and to me it ruins the taste. Shout out to 28 viewing right now. But yeah, Skype lines are open. If anyone wants to call in, oops, trying to switch the screen there. Yeah, if anyone's in the super secret server, feel free to do so. A second, I just got a message. Oh, gotta get back to the game quickly. Do it. I gotta fish. But yeah, let's see here. I got kicked out though. Got kicked out of the Spice Girls. They weren't diverse enough, probably. I'm surprised though. I mean, like they needed a Latino girl there. It was just all a bunch of English slags, as they say. And a slag is a rundown-looking lady. But yeah, we can do just about anything tonight. We can go into some drama. We can have some fun. Come on, fish. Come on, fishy. We can talk food. Certainly our food that we enjoyed this weekend was prepared by humans and wasn't some sort of fake non-meat patty that was created, which I'm sure that Scott, in the past he's done this tofurkey thing. It's basically a lump of tofu, but it's infused with flavor to make it taste like turkey. And even Tony this year had, some of the traditional Italian we almost got it. The Feast of the Seven Fishes. The fucking huge amount of fish that I saw the photo of for his meal. And it's placemats and setting and all that, like, really looked fucking amazing. That was a huge piece of fish. So even Tony's eating more meat than Scott, but more importantly is that it's actually handmade. It's homemade, and it's of good quality ingredients. Meanwhile, people shit on, the hot dogs are made of fucking pink sludge and blah blah blah. Look at the vegetarian food that Scott has made. It basically is made in the same manner. There we go. Got a shiner. Yeah, it's disgusting. If you ever looked into Yves, vegetarian, and that's the common one here in Canada, Yves, Yves, is a French name. That makes sense why the food is so gay. And it's sludge. They put it out as sludge, and then they package it and stuff, and they claim, it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And I remember actually trying it one time. I think it was at a party or something. Somebody made, like a potluck party. Somebody made that, and I tried it, and I couldn't fucking eat it. Fucking disgusting shit. Spartan King says, you know how they like to say, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends? Well, it turns out they lied about that, because I did that and they all freaked out on me. Yeah, it was a setup, actually. I mean, you should have realized that was a trap from the get-go. Of course, what woman would say, "Oh, well, you want to be with me? Well, go fuck all my other friends, and then you'll be with me." It was a trap. It's a trap. Tiff says to say they are vegetarian because, for the sake of the environment, you know who says that? The Weffy. I'm not too sure what that is. Sporty Spice punched you. Was it a donkey punch? Never experienced one of those, but I've heard of them. Legend has it. There we go. Oh, did I get a new level? I did. Level 16. I'll play a little more of this, and then we'll end the fishing planet aspect, but we'll keep talking. We'll keep streaming. Oops. Terrible cast. We have more viewers than earlier. Hopefully the people that I was addressing who wished me Merry Christmas, as well as wished good thoughts for my father, were there. But if they weren't and they're here now, well, that's what I did say. But you'll have to rewind to hear the entire thing. Oh, World Economic Forum. Oh, no, because you added the I at the end. I wasn't sure if that's what it was, but yeah. The Klaus Schwab and the Legion of Doom. Yeah. It's certainly not something exclusive to Alex Jones. Everyone's talking about this. Tucker Carlson, even NBC. But no Kerbals today. Just too long and not feeling it. Well, we're getting good. Guess it's a good time of day. Where's the scudfish? Yeah, imagine an alien fish. I'm not Nemo. Shout out to Vesloof. Says, got no problems with vegetarians. More meat for me. Well, yeah, I guess you could consider yourself a second-class vegetarian because you eat animals that do eat vegetables. So, yeah. Again, I love cows, and cows don't eat meat. They eat vegetables, so I'm doing my part. Stream Shaft in the chat says, what is a drama emperor, two-time drama war winner alone need to align with someone, or align? That's not how you spell that, dude. Maybe it's spell check. I'll forgive you on that one. With someone who have said in the past is worse than Scott. Because I guess it turns out he wasn't. I could be wrong too. It doesn't happen very often, but I admit it. So, c'est la vie, monsieur. C'est la vie. And again, sometimes truths are revealed, but patience is a virtue, which is why ignorance is bliss. Because knowledge is power. Oh, not yet. There we go. Oh, I don't know if anyone here lives in Buffalo, but saw this on social media. Apparently, there's looting in Buffalo because of the storm, and a Walmart, Dollar General, one of these rental places, a liquor store, clothing stores, just all got looted. People were shooting, at each other, and that happened literally this morning at 12:30 a.m. So I don't know what kind of fuckery is going on there, but I mean, to my knowledge, it hasn't happened in Canada with the Boxing Day. But the day's not over yet, so you don't know. Oh, shout out to Jacob RP in the chat. No blacks in the chat, so he seems to be relaxed. Unless I don't know if Ryan is still here, because if he is, then maybe it'll start a Latino black race war. Because we remember what happened last time. Now, Danny, despite making up 13% of the population, terrible, terrible. Let's retrieve that. That's supposed to go further. So, anyone want to update me? Somebody go check out Scott's channel. Let me know if he's making any videos right now. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he was being shipped up to his work camp there today. I don't know. I would think that they would probably potentially give him the next day off. It just logistically be probably easier, but hey, I could be wrong. I have been in the past. Not often, but at least I can admit it. Skibbity-bop. What's Tiff say? She says, where do you ever hear in the news about Hispanics rioting and looting? Texas, right? Los Angeles. I think it's San Francisco. I think there was some. I think in New York City, actually, a couple years back during Christmas, I think there was something like that. At least it was around this time of year. But, Tiff, there are examples of that. Find me an entire trailer park that rioted, and we could talk. Because, again, the stereotype is that only whites live in trailer parks. Or people living in condos. All the white people living in condos. When was the last time we see them all riot, on whatever fancy avenue they've got in their city, and like, oh, let's break into Gucci and Louis Vuitton and all this other stuff. Spartan King says, Texas versus Cowboys tailgate party, Hispanics heavily involved. I was there. Ooh. Well, I wouldn't expect that. I would expect that. I meant to say I wouldn't be surprised by that. But as always, my mouth can't keep up with my super fast brain. But yeah, I can understand that. Did you get any photos at least? Any videos that got viral there, Spartan King? Because that would have been kind of cool to see. Chanel, that's right. Jacob knows his female brands. Chanel. Jacob is a stylist after all. He is like, was it Serge from, damn it, Beverly Hills Cop? Was it Serge, the guy from Perfect Strangers, who knew all this fashion, was helping Axel out and all that. Somebody remind me of this. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. But yeah, that's what I think Jacob might be. He's a Serge. He knows his fashion. He could dress you. He's closeted and all that. But he certainly knows he certainly knows fine taste. At least perhaps in certain aspects. High brands. How about that? Those eyebrows, though, are still very trailer park cheap, So let's just be honest. You got to grow those out. Be an actual Latino man who has them and, could sweep the floor with them. That's a proper set of eyebrows there, not these little pencil lines that you got. Div says, I do know that they are trying to erase the white race with the open border shit, and also noticed a lot of interracial couples being advertised on TV. It's funny that you say that, though, because TV will make it look like that's like 50% of the population when it's about 2% of the population. Damn it, I missed that fucking fish. But yeah, it's about 2% of the population. In most cases, people don't they don't mix races. It's how it is. Most times, it's just genetics. People are attracted to people of the same race. It's not racism. It's just an actual biological attraction. So the way they make it look out on TV and stuff is, certainly not representative of American society or Canadian society, because I see the same thing up here. But they do that to try to skew this, because there's a lot of surveys out there asking people, okay, well, how many people do you think in America have, or how many people in the population do you think are black compared to white, right? They'll say 50%. It's 13% of the population. But this is because the media is telling that. They ask, how many people do you think have mixed races and mixed race relationships, children, that sort of thing. They'll think about 50%. But that's actually that's like about 2%. They'll say, okay, well, how many gay people do you think actually exist in America? They'll say, oh, well, it's probably like 25% of the population or some shit like that. And again, you look at these surveys themselves, because they don't even know the numbers, the people who are responding, because they'll say, okay, well, 50% of the population is white, 50 is black, and then they'll say, well, 25% is Hispanic. So how does that fit in there? Now you have 125% of the population. So with the gay thing, they'll say, okay, well, a quarter of people are gay. Well, actually, it's about 2% at most. And then, when they ask about transsexuals or, trans people, if that's the term that they're using now, it keeps changing. That's how you recognize a commie operation. They keep changing the language. They'll say, well, it's probably like 10% of the population. It's about 0.2%, if that. 0.2% of the population are pushing these sorts of things. So it's important to keep in mind actual statistics and not take whatever headline is telling you to believe something. Because there's actual organizations out there that actually just track this information without any political bias and say, well, this is our job. Like, the CDC, well, we got to track how many people were killed by a homicide. And they have to break it down by race and they break it down in other ways, income and all this other sort of thing, cities, locations, availability to firearms and all that. It's all out there. They procure this information because it's their duty. They don't come in with a political slant. So, you can sort of make up your own mind when you actually look at the statistics yourself, at least see what they are, and, at least perhaps start to think, well, what's the root cause and what's the solution, really? What is this? A lot of activity in the chat. This says, I read that. Sparrington said, I actually grabbed that girl I was seeing at the time and locked us in her SUV. It got pretty scary, yo. Yeah, I bet that situation was quite concerning. Danny says, if they ain't Aryan, I want an Asian. Um, well, you're, I guess, according to your own things, you're betraying your own Aryan roots because you're going for an Asian, really? Not going to keep it white? But again, it's funny though, is that I don't know, for somebody who's Hispanic or black or Asian, they say, well, why don't you marry somebody who's another race? Oh, well, I don't want to. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But if they say the same thing to a white person, then, oh, you're bigoted, you're discriminatory, blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't even amount to that. It's biological attraction. These things are built into us. It's the whole tribalism thing. We want to be with our people. It's the oldest fucking lesson in history. Is if you look like me and you're part of our, my culture and stuff, then I want to be around you. But you guys can see this. You guys can see this. And it's not hateful at all to point these things out, but at least only for certain groups. For other groups, it certainly is. And then when you have people questioning the narrative, like Yay, it really goes back to what is attributed to Voltaire, French philosopher, but has been said for a lot longer than him. If you really want to see who controls you, look to who you are not allowed to criticize. It's always been that way. So that statement alone should really just open people's eyes and say, okay, well, let's figure that out, right? If you're going to get arrested for saying something that apparently your free speech should allow, maybe those are the people that are controlling you. If you mention certain demographics and you get fired because somebody saw your message on Twitter, just mentioning a simple fact or citing a source, yeah, maybe there's something there. But I still haven't received an answer from anybody. I guess I'm just so entertaining, yes, that nobody's answered the question whether or not Scunty is active. So let's figure out, where's his channel? There it is. That should be it, right? Nope. No. Is he making any videos? I would have expected somebody to at least respond. But fine, I'll do the footwork for me. Oh, he has not. So maybe he's just watching. Maybe he's watching on the truck up to, could be, well, it's a bus. They take one of these, it's not a tour bus, but you know what I'm saying. Travel bus, Greyhound style. They take them up to the work camp and all that. And maybe he doesn't have access. Maybe he won't be able to record in the middle of a bus while he's screaming and yelling. But, oh, okay, back to the game. Yeah, well, there we go. He hasn't made anything for what it says a day. But I'm thinking he probably is watching. And if not, currently he will. And he'll obsess. He'll claim that he doesn't have the time to watch it. But then he'll actually comment on it as if he watched it intimately. What do we got here in the chat? Food ready, y'all? Sorry, food ready. Y'all be easy, 100%. You get your ass back here, Danny. Tiff says, that's what happens when you want to be following a trend and brainwashed by teachers. On the previous comment, yes. Or previous statement. All over a pop football. Not sure what that's from. Jacob says pizza here. Oh, you're eating pizza. Alrighty. But yes, we have videos that we could play of Scott. I'm sure that many people have tuned in for that. We have 29 viewers after all. But and I am enjoying my fishing. It is easy to speak about topics and still accomplish something in a game. It's a simple work, but it's fun. Jacob, what kind of pizza? Hopefully some good toppings and not anything of question. But do you have sardines with, I don't know. Now, I'll be honest. Anchovies anchovies on pizza are more common than sardines, although you can. I think it's Sicilian where you have sardines on the pizza. Anchovies are extremely salty. Never liked them as a kid, but strangely enough, in my old ways, I've come to somewhat appreciate them in limited amounts. And on a pizza, they seem to work. Plus, it is traditional, and, you got to enjoy tradition, right? But, yes, a challenge nonetheless because of that salt. All right, what say you, me hearties? Shall we go into the drama a little bit? Just for you. Well, after all, today is the second day of Christmas. A lot of people don't seem to understand is that whole song is really written because there are 12 days of Christmas. So the first day is the 25th. The second day of Christmas is the 26th, and it goes for 12 days until Epiphany. So, and there's all these events that go on throughout this and all these feasts that occur throughout these 12 days. We actually, again, because a lot of this stuff has been forgotten or it's been pushed out of the public memory. A lot of people don't realize that. But there's all these events that are, considered of importance to people of faith. And it's not always seen. I mean, a lot of people don't go through this stuff, which is okay. But there are other people that are really strong in that sense and do a celebration every single day. But the whole 12 Days of Christmas actually does have reference to that. So it's January 5th, which is the last day of Christmas. That's the 12th day of Christmas. Oh, I got one. You gonna stay? There we go. Got him. So, as such, as is tradition, you can get gifts throughout the 12 days of Christmas, depending on which culture you're looking at. But also, I believe it's on Epiphany where the three kings come, and at least that is the story, and that's where they give the gifts to Jesus. And at least in South America, for example, the tradition is that on the day of the three kings, the kids get gifts. It's different in obviously every country, but yeah, an interesting take nonetheless. Let's do a little more fishing. I do enjoy this game. Terrible cast, though. Absolutely terrible cast. I should be able to find something here, but I want to get some of the fish that are deeper in the lake. They're larger, and obviously more points, blah, blah, blah. So, Jacob, what kind of pizza, man? You can't say you got pizza. Boo. Also, I will say one thing, and I do love it. I love it. One of the clips I do have is apparently Scott actually making yet another criminal threat, which is perfect because whenever those are new, those are fresh and easily presentable, and certainly assistive when it comes to, yet again, proving my point and providing the necessary information to law enforcement so they understand what kind of psychopath is out there. Oh, Scunty, did you really think you would win? There's nothing you can do. I'm not going anywhere on YouTube. And I certainly haven't experienced the same sort of health failures that you have. And if somebody could hook me up here with photos of Scott, because somebody did send, I can't find them. I looked through my archives, but I can't find them. Oh, I should have. That would have been a good catch. 100 fake bucks. When Scott first got into this community here, the guy was, you wouldn't, honestly, you would not be able to tell the difference. Sorry, you would not be able to think that he would have gone from what he looked like to what he is now. The guy was thin. His face was totally different, but if you look at the progression of photos of his physical demeanor, we get to the point right now where he's vying for the top spot in Alvin and the Chipmunks. He's so inflated. He's busting at the seams, and obviously, not just due to the hot air, probably due to the estrogen he's consuming from that fake meat and all that. But the difference is uncanny. It's amazing because it's like, for example, if you know Tommy NC, when he first got onto YouTube, he was actually relatively thin. And then you fast forward to now, and the man is suffering from some serious obesity. And it's sad. But not so much with Scott, though, because, he sort of brought that on himself with drinking himself into oblivion, doing the coke and other things. He still claims that he didn't rat out his coke dealer and all that. Although he recorded him during their conversation and so forth. But he'll deny that. Where was I going with this one? Scunty's a retard. Yeah, I know that one. Check that off the list. I'll go back to my video and figure it out. See, my brain works too quick. Somewhat appreciate them in limited amounts. And on a pizza, they seem to have reference to that. So, path is out there. Oh, Scunty. But
something about him not remembering or not knowing.
Yeah. An interesting take, nonetheless.
Let's do a little more
fishing.
Feliz Navidad.
Do enjoy this game. Terrible cast, though. Absolutely terrible cast. I should be able to find something here, but I want to get some of the fish that are deeper in the lake. With photos of Scott, because somebody did send, I can't find them.
I was getting at the fact that he's destroyed his health. And
somebody could get me a photo of what he looked like 4 or 5 years ago compared to now. Give me the old one, because there's a lot. If you go into Google and just type in Scott Anthony McKinnon, you'll get a bunch of photos, but most of them are his bloated current look. But if you take a look at the difference between what he looked like in the past and what he looks like now, his health has been totally destroyed. Like a lot of people talked about this. He wears a bracelet and it looks like his skin's about to burst because it doesn't fit. Like, he looks like he's bloated. So this really can't be denied, and Scott can say, "Oh, well, you're looking at a grown man," blah, blah, blah. It's like, but we could look straight at your face, old photos to new ones, and you've certainly done a number on your health that you can't deny, because both Tiff and I were there in that conversation where, and I've also got the screenshot as well, but yeah, she admits that your liver failure is that the doctors confirmed you had liver failure. So you can't deny that. And that certainly will affect your looks. That certainly will. But the difference is truly incredible, really. Let's see here. Let's continue with this. Actually, let's move over here. A little more fishing. Relaxing. Getting some more viewers. Hoping Scott will perhaps start to make a diatribe of more videos, because that's always funny. And giving people the opportunity, since it is only 6:10 p.m. I know some people did say that they wanted me to go live and potentially call in if they could. Yeah, here I am, giving people something to listen to either on the drive home or while they still wait for work to finish. And like I said, if anyone wishes to say anything, if they wanted to discuss things, even if they oppose, you can call in to me on Skype, Devious Dave Rose. And you can also reach me if you're on my super secret server on Discord. But unlike Scott, I actually do live shows, and I'm willing to welcome people to call in. And for those that are interested, this game is free. It's called Fishing Planet. It's available on the PS platform. I'm sure it's on PS5, but I know it's on PS4. It's on PC, which is what I'm playing on right now, and I would assume it's on the Xbox. Probably the Steam Deck. But apparently has cross compatibility. So such you can be able to play with me if you want. Just checking the message here. Oh, gotta get back to this. Nope. There we go. Yeah, but this game's fun. It's simple, it's easy, it's quick. You can carry on a conversation with someone, meanwhile playing the game. It's not too distracting, but it's also, honestly, it's enjoyable. And it reminds me of going out actually fishing. Let's get back out here. Let's check these missions out. What do we got? Exploring. Ooh, rewards. Catch the drum. 33.1 pound. Blue Crab Island. Interesting. See, this is cool. Like, you get a bunch of different missions here. Gotta try to catch 3 turtles. See, so you don't just get fish, you get turtles and other things. But I've got to go to Rocky Lake as well, which means that sometimes you got to get up to that level to be able to travel there. So, I think that's cool. I mean, you get more missions the more you progress, obviously. So, seeing as I did gain a level earlier in the game, I have access to more. I have to be 22 to be there, 34 to be there, 38 there, 26 there, 54, 18, blah, blah, blah. And these ones here cost big money to travel to. But there's the Rocky Lake. I think it's 4,000 to travel. 2,000. There's the one that's 4,000. There we go. That's close. Yeah, that's the one. Falcon Lake. We'll go back to our place. It'd actually be kind of cool to fish here. Or here, actually, the Everglades. Yeah, should be able to unlock that in 4 levels, I guess. Just says Scott is already on Google search and Google Images. That means he's famous. Well, he's got his own Reddit. I mean, I don't even have my own Reddit, but he's got his own Reddit. A lot of people were in there. I think there's also comments in a Foul Mouse Network Reddit about Scott. So there is that. There's also, if you type it in, if you type it into, I think it's just into YouTube. If you type in Scott McKinnon, you just get a ton of fucking videos, and many that were actually done, sort of, not his videos, but ones criticizing him. And, yeah, some people that I've never even heard of. Interesting, I would have to say. But yeah, I'm going to play that clip where Scott makes a threat to come get me. Which is great because then it's easily submitted to the police. But I'm glad that you always like to ensure that we get a copy of this stuff so that it's there for perpetuity's sake. Come on, fishies. We're going to wrap up the fishing soon. Oops. Almost had him. More infamous, in my opinion, LOL, says Spartan King of Texas. All right, why not? We'll quit the game and we'll see what it's all about. Like I said yesterday, I didn't check out anybody's videos. I was just doing my own thing. I was told, obviously, that things were going on. It's just like, no, this is Christmas. But today I had some time to look at some stuff and at least just quickly fast forward it to see, okay, is this even worth covering? But, you know, the whole idea that... the whole idea that he actually spent Christmas making videos about me and others... I think he actually made one on Nikki Nines being on my show too. I'm going to have to, because I clicked through these quickly just to see, okay, well, I could see that he was active on Christmas Day. Is there anything? Oh, yeah, there is. Okay, well, I don't even have to fucking, that's another thing is that I don't even know what he's going to say in most of this stuff, but I let it play. He can say whatever he wants. I'm not one of these people like, oh, I'm gonna you know, do this to try to hide this and that, like Scott does. I'll say, okay, well, I'll throw myself into the fire and figure out what the fuck was being said when I hear it, just the same as you. You know, there's no preparation for a fucking damage control job like you do, Scunty. But let's get back here. Let's quit Steam. Steal fucking resources. Where is that folder? Alright, so we'll change back to the screen. Skibbity bop. And where is that threat? It's one of these. Yeah, I think it's this one. And these won't be played in the right order, but again, I haven't checked his channel. Let me check his channel just to see what's going on. Again. Alright, so still nothing, but I'll play them. I jump around. I mean, there's so many that he made. I think it was 20? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. At least 12. 12 to 14, because 12 to 15. Because they do say a day ago, but I believe they actually came out on the 24th. So maybe YouTube isn't displaying this, but we're looking at least 12 videos here that he's made. But that's not obsessed. That's not obsessed. Not obsessed at all. Not a stalker. You hear that, Tony? He's not a stalker. He's not a stalker, Tony. Everyone else, not a stalker. All these people and other channels that he's gone to, not a stalker at all whatsoever. With all the number of videos that he's created in these, well, literally in the last 24 hours. A day of respect, a day of introspection. Certainly is the person that he preaches he is. That's a fact. In fact, let me get a little bit here. Hold on. I'm going to pour myself a little bit of wine. There we go. I already changed it from water, just to let you know. There we go. Got to celebrate the second day of Christmas. All right, well, let's get down to it, boppers. Let's hear what old Scuntard has to say. So, where is that one? I did hear, like, basically I fast-forwarded this, and then I heard a few things through it, but then I heard the thread at the end. I was like, this absolutely has to fucking be played. So, poke the bear. Get the claws, you pathological, lying, projecting demon. Again, run-on sentence. Nope. Hold on. Stop it. No. Stop. Let me get the volume increased here. Mi Dios. Vamos. Here we go.
You and I am with the shit. And to be fair, also, like personal information, like actual serious personal information, like addresses and shit like that, family. Like, it's easy, at least, like, for me, because I've been pretty well insulated from that, to comment on that, because, like, if my address has been out there, how the fuck am I gonna get? Like, people say nobody will do shit, but at the same time, I don't want to have to explain to my fucking wife why a pizza keeps getting shown up to the house, you know? Stupid shit like that would just be fucking...
Well, all you have to do is call up all your fucking local pizza guys and let them know that all these orders are coming from fake people, so never deliver to me.
Yeah, don't ever deliver me, you know, is basically what that is, and I gotta get my pizza. So, I mean, even that minor inconvenience, I just don't want to deal with it, you know? Like, I wouldn't want to deal with it, so I get why people like fucking JD split out, I get why OMD split out, I get why fucking...
Well, because Scott, again, all this happened... No. When Scott fucking got into the community, that's a simple fact.
You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. I tell you, I dictate to you. I'm your first trauma emperor, and as such, I will not accept that. Now, just a reminder for all those that are listening. Scott did threaten during the process that Nikki's wife was trying to get citizenship. He did threaten that process. He did threaten to contact authorities to claim certain things that were false, like Nikki being illegal in Canada despite actually being born in Canada, saying that because he wrote a blog back in the early 2000s that he was the same person back then that he is now, that he's a danger to his wife, and that he was going to contact authorities to let them know and essentially threaten her ability to become a Canadian citizen, as well as her immigration process. So don't forget that, people. This is also on the evidence marathon, but this is important. We got to remember that. So Nikki says some things on YouTube that Scott disagrees with. What does he do? He just straight up attacks his wife. It sounds very mature. Certainly sounds like he's on the moral high ground. And yes, this wine is good, actually, just to let you know. It is from Argentina. It is a 2022 Malbec. I would have preferred something a little older, but, you know, it is what it is. It's called Misterio. Misterio. It's from Mendoza, Argentina. And it's from the Flitchman winery, but I gotta say it's actually quite tasty. Now let's continue. Hopefully Windows Media Player will actually respond properly this time.
At least, like, for me, because I've been pretty well insulated from that, to comment on that, because, like, if my address has been out there, how the fuck am I gonna get? Like, people say nobody will do shit, but at the same time,
Obviously, this is Scott that's fast-forwarded. It's on my channel. It's not fast-forwarded at all. You can hear it there.
I don't want to have to explain to my fucking wife why a pizza keeps getting shown up to the house, you know? Stupid shit like that would just be fucking...
Well, all you have to do is call up all your fucking local pizza guys and let them know that all these orders are coming from fake people, so never deliver to me.
Yeah, don't ever deliver me a pizza, you know, is basically what that is, and I gotta get my pizza. So, I mean, even that minor inconvenience, I just don't want to deal with it, you know? Like, I wouldn't want to deal with it. So I get why people like fucking JD split out. I get why OMD split out. I get why fucking...
Well, that's another thing that a lot of people don't mention is that, you had Old Man Davey, who basically just... And it's funny thing is... In the end, Scott got removed from, you know, the good drama club. And Old Man Dave was there, but the continual harassment from Scott forced him to just basically say, I'm done with this shit. And what's his name? Marvin Watt, to a certain extent, too. He's still around once in a while, but certainly not in the same capacity he was in the past. And, well, it can, in fact, be attributed to Scott. If I remember correctly, he actually, stated so.
Because of Scott. Again, all this happened when Scott fucking got into the community. That's a simple fact.
Yeah, true.
Doxing was not even a fucking thing on the horizon.
That's right, Past Dave. You are absolutely correct.
Until Scott came around. He'll claim that YR started this shit. No, it was Scott who was trying to intimidate people. And, oh, I know who you are, YR, I know who you are, OMD. And he's the one who started it. Until Scott came around, this never happened, ever. And I certainly wasn't dwelling into it.
Went after OMD's chick in Wales.
But then I became a master. From apprentice to master. But yeah, that was Scott. Scott did that. Scott did that. He was looking everyone up on fucking Facebook, dude. Getting fucking pictures of Joe's kids on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean that's him, man.
He did.
Scott did that. Scott.
You tried to. I tried.
Grew up on fucking Facebook, dude.
He's fast forwarding my
Scott.
stream.
That's
clearly.
a simple fact. But no, it was Scott.
He'll claim that that Ken edits his videos and makes it look a certain way, but that's what he's doing right now. He's fast forwarding through my fucking video, through my statements. But you guys were here on that stream. It was a great stream, huge. Thankfully, my power didn't go out. But you guys heard exactly what I said. So him fast forwarding through this doesn't change the fact that many of you already know what I did say on here, and this is obviously changing the context. Very convenient for your Scotty.
Who is trying to intimidate people. And, oh, I know where you are, YR, I know where you are, retarded, and slaves. Scott did that.
See, this is your biggest problem, you rotted out teeth fucking motherfucker.
My teeth aren't rotted out, though, dude. Why are you so obsessed with the appearance of an actual male, a man, compared to you, little boy? Listen to the hate. This is on Christmas, guys. Guys, let's just be honest. On Christmas, again, some people find it annoying, but come on. How can you be so sour on Christmas unless you're the Grinch? Because there should be something you can look at. Yeah, some things might be bad, but, you can look back in the past and you'll probably find a great memory that at least, will remind you, shit, at one point, this fucking time of year was something I loved, that I experienced so much and that I certainly appreciate now thinking back on it. You don't hear that in his voice. You hear this hate, certainly anti-Christmas season, anti-Christmas spirit, but listen to the voice, and that tells you all. Latino Heat says, Skuntles taste the bitter tears and cholesterol. Ugh. It's not cholesterol, it's estrogen, because he eats all of that fake meat, and that's actually an Impossible Burger. This is already on record. An Impossible Burger has 1,000 times more estrogen than a Big Mac or a Whopper, because I guess they're equivalent in that sense, but 1,000 times more? Oof. No wonder he's got man titties. Let's continue.
You're a liar, Dave. You're a pathological fucking motherfucker.
And slaves.
Yeah,
God did that.
Yes. Do I interrupt clips often? Yes, because it needs to be done so that we can break down the analysis and address every single aspect of the psyche that's being presented. This is important. However, it does break away from the entire message, and also, it doesn't break away from the message, but basically it interrupts it, and I do impose on you, the people, having to listen to it multiple times. So I recognize what I'm doing and its detrimental effect as well. However, we will play it in full. I want you people to, and I'll try to stop pausing it where I can, but some of these things need to be called out immediately because they're just so ridiculous. But I will try to play this as much as I can without interrupting. So, mea culpa, happy second day of Christmas, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
See, this is your biggest problem, you rotted out teeth fucking motherfucker. You're a liar, Dave. You're a pathological fucking liar. And you never can back up your fucking claims because it's all lies built up in your head and projection. Never did I fucking look up Joe's kids on Facebook, you fucking retard. That was Danimal Dan DeCloe, your friend.
That's false, actually. He did. That's an absolute lie. I have to interrupt. He did. This guy's looked up everything on everybody. It's a simple fact. He's gone onto Facebook and spent hours and hours doing that. And we've seen the proof.
In Ontario, you fucking psychopath. Joe Cronin.
I'm a psychopath, but I'm not threatening people. That's what a psychopath does. You, with the way you're sounding right now, and yes, I'm reneging on just what I just said, okay? Fuck it. It's exactly what Scott would do. But listen to the aggression in his voice. Listen to the anger, to the hate. Let's rewind a bit.
Your friend in Ontario, you fucking psychopath. Joe Cronin can tell you that himself. Oh, I forgave Danimal for it. What the fuck are you on, bro? This is the fucking problem.
Why is he bringing in Joe into this? You did it to Joe, and he'll claim otherwise, but did he forgive you?
With this motherfucker, people. This guy lies, and you sit there and listen to this shit. And don't say a fucking word and don't call him out, and you let him lie like this?
You let him lie, man. You let him lie. You have control over other human beings, man. You're a slave driver like I had with Bex. No, that's actually not legal anymore. I think it was 1830 where the British actually outlawed that, and the Americans followed suit soon after. But yeah, human slavery is illegal, and you've kind of shown otherwise now, haven't you, Scotty?
How would you feel if this motherfucker was doing this much content on you for years, obsessing over you, lying on your name? Look how Ken handled it when he busted Dave in a lie. Look how Shannon reacted. Fucking times that by 1,000,000, because that's what he's done to me for 2 years, Shannon and Ken.
I've been the one who's been the bad boy. I've attacked him for years on end. Yes. No, he didn't fucking do all this shit. That's so convenient of Scott. So convenient of him to actually ignore all these things that he's done. Because then, again, he's saying, well, what about this? It's a two-cock logical fallacy. The whole, what about him, what about that? So, okay, well, we can focus on what I've dealt with Scott. But what about what came before? Are we going to ignore what happened with Joe's birthday? Where after simply not taking his call because he was so distracted with all this other stuff on his birthday, by the no, it was on Monetizes 100. Sorry, that now ever since Joe's continued to get death threats from this guy. Are we to ignore what happened on Ken's birthday, where he wanted attention, didn't get it, and it ended up going so bad he got tased by the cops and violated the Canadian privacy? He doesn't want to bring this up now, do you, Skunty? But he got access to the recording that the cops had with the victims that he harassed. He demanded that. And, according to the law, it can be, well, depending where you are, but yeah, it can be provided. Releasing that information is highly legal and a contravention of the Canadian Privacy Code. And he went ahead and did that anyways. And when I heard it, I could totally tell the fear that because this was recorded on the night that this happened. The cops were actually interviewing these ladies. And they're like, this guy surrounded our car. He wouldn't let us get into the parking lot. He was yelling with his shirt off. He was banging on our hood and our windows and stuff. And we felt scared to our lives and stuff. And eventually, that's the reason why the cops came out and tased the guy and arrested him. And say, oh, I've got no criminal record. Douchebag. You got tased by 5 cops. You went in, you were processed by the law. You certainly do have a record. You can claim you don't, but you do have a record. Tiff says, that's over 10 F-bombs in a span of 30 seconds. Wow. Yeah, he's a little angry, I would think. I guess it's every time that the truth comes out. I'm glad you're counting that. Again, Tiff is extremely observant. And like any Black Widow, she's somebody not to fucking mess with. You do not want to make her angry, and you certainly don't want to make her mad, as they say about the Incredible Hulk. What do I got here? Hold on. Message? No. Oh, do we have another message? Nope. Also, hold on. Before that, Tiff says a lot of times, when did fitness come out? A lot of times when we use the dirty words against others, it might be an indication of our frustration level. Yeah, bingo. Abusing or cursing in a unique way to describe our anger, desperation, or even defeat. Tiff's got it. Very observant. Let's rewind a bit just so that we can hear this. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We'll do it back from the beginning. How about that? Mountain out of molehill. That's one of my superpowers. 38 viewing. Look at that. Scott D, are you one of them? Are you gonna make videos soon? Hey, you're not just giving back to me. You're giving to Tony. You're giving to Ken, to Joe, to all these other communities that you try to get into and wouldn't let you in there. But you're giving back. I mean, hey, I guess it took Dave Rose to bring the Santa out of the Grinch, right? At least that's what I'm hoping for, because we might get some videos tonight. Who knows? Maybe he'll be whispering at his work camp bunk, while Bubba is above him. And he doesn't want to wake him because then he's going to have to take it in the pooper. But he'll be like, I hate you, Dave. Oh, I'm going to get you so bad, man. But yeah, let's rewind and let's continue.
That's him, man.
Scott did that. Scott.
You tried to. I tried.
Screw up on fucking Facebook, dude.
Do it.
One
I
from
know
Scott.
you will.
That's a simple fact. But no, it was Scott who was trying to intimidate people. And, I know where you are, Wire. I know where you are. Retarded and slaves. Scott did that.
Fast forwarding.
See, this is your biggest problem, you rotted out teeth fucking motherfucker. You're a liar, Dave. You're a pathological fucking liar. And you never can back up your fucking claims because it's all lies built up in your head and projection. Never did I fucking look up Joe's kids on Facebook, you fucking retard. That was Danimal Dan DeCloe, your friend in Ontario, you fucking psychopath. Joe Cronin can tell you that himself. Oh, I forgave Danimal for it. What the fuck are you on, bro? This is the fucking problem with this motherfucker, people. This guy lies, and you sit there and listen to this shit. And don't say a fucking word and don't call him out and you let him lie like this? How would you feel if this motherfucker was doing this much content on you for years, obsessing over you, lying on your name? Look how Ken handled it when he busted Dave in a lie. Look how Shannon reacted. Fucking times that by 1,000,000, because that's what he's done to me for 2 years, Shannon and Ken. So you fucking understand? Do you understand where the fuck...
Hold on. You're asking sympathy of Ken and Shannon when you doxed them? Said that you were going to contact child services against their kids? That's what you're... But Ken and Shannon, Dave said this about you. I don't understand how you're even capable to continue to talk to him, but he said this about you. But forget about what I did to you and your family. Do you remember that, Scott? Very convenient of you to say this in the same breath and not even acknowledge the fact that you tried to fucking hurt Ken and Shannon. And I've got the screenshot, and this was early on in his career. Again, this is a record. He's got a track record where, for years, he's been doing the same thing. On one of his many Skype accounts, he posted Ken's address and added an LOL to the end of it. And then that got struck, but he continued to do so. So who's got the track record here, Scanty? And why are you going to Ken and Shannon when you tried to hurt them and their kids? I mean, I've got one dependent. They've got 2. Well, they've got more than 2. But you're really trying to go to them for sympathy? Not only is Scott fucking a moron, he's a piece of shit. He's fucking evil, just like I said. Tiff already making the counts. 15 F-bombs so far. Let's continue.
I'm coming from for once? No, you probably don't, because we've had too many fights, so he's got a narrative to fucking control, instead of fucking doing the...
I don't go to other communities, okay? I don't go to other communities and demand that they accept my point of view. I'm not there in Tony's chat saying, you don't believe Tony, you gotta believe me. I'm not in Ken's chat saying, no, Ken and Shannon were wrong, and, you gotta believe me. I'm not pursuing, I'm not going to Drew's channel, who
who doesn't do too many videos these days. I'm not going there saying you were wrong and you gotta believe me. It's like, okay, well, somebody have a certain opinion of me and I accept it. I don't chase after them, and I certainly don't try to persuade them into changing their opinion. They're going to believe what they're going to believe. But Scott, on the other hand, is desperate to control the narrative. He'll, again, project that onto other people. But when you compare it to other people, I'm not going out there trying to convince. I know what I've done. I've admitted what I've done, and people should judge me for what I've done. It's up to them because I have respect for them. I believe they actually have a brain that they can use, even if it's lazy, and they can make up their own mind. Scott, no. Everyone must, again, it's the same thing with the Bex thing. You have to be this way. You have to do this. You're my friend. You have to. In what position as a friend are you being dictated to? Well, the only position is when you involve yourself with Scott. And everybody who's involved with Scott has dealt with essentially what is a megalomaniac dictator. That's as simple as it is. Let's continue.
Right thing, and maybe seeing how that would work out for everybody if you all just did the right fucking thing instead of letting this guy fucking lie and delude himself.
Do the right fucking thing and don't let this guy do this and blah, blah, blah. Like, first of all, like, they have the power over me, and second of all, they all have to come to your defense. And like, what is he saying here, people? He's saying that everyone has to defend him despite all he's done. Everyone has to defend him because I've destroyed him, basically. Is that what it is? He's just so desperate. I mean, wouldn't you be sitting on your laurels and happy and say, oh, well, I sure showed Dave. Because he always says, I sure showed Dave. I sure showed Ken. I sure showed, always the same thing. He's so successful. He's so, popular. His opinion's wanted. And he's so good at what he does. So instead of actually chasing for, like I've said for years, affirmation and approval, because he's a sad little boy, just like his sister told me and Tiff, wouldn't you be like Dave Rose? Because I've said this for years. I want to be like Dave. Because I went away for a year, people kept telling me, oh, they're talking about you here. They're talking about you here. They said this, they said that. And I said, okay. I sailed away. I'm doing my own thing for a fucking year. Doing my own thing. During that year, people came to me like, Dave, I want you on my show. I want you on my show. I mean, this and that. And it's just like, be here, be there. I didn't have to fucking push nothing. People wanted me, unlike Scott. Let's continue.
With the fucking dementia he clearly has.
Ooh, let's rewind a bit because he's getting angry here. Let the hate flow through you, Scundy. Do it. Strike me down.
Maybe seeing how that would work out for everybody if you all just did the right fucking thing instead of...
Okay, so now this is a threat to everyone. I do have to rewind even more. See, this is the problem, is that this has to be called out. You can play it all out, but there's so much to unpack that you really do have to stop it every time. And, Scott will criticize, oh, well, why do you have to do that? It probably annoys him a lot, but more importantly is that because every fucking breath out of your mouth is some sort of fucking either insanity or threat. And that's important to catalog. Play it.
Don't, because we've had too many fights, so he's got a narrative to fucking control instead of fucking doing the right thing and maybe seeing how that would work out for everybody if you all just did the right fucking thing instead of letting this guy fucking lie and delude himself with the fucking dementia he clearly has. Telling people I looked up Joe's kids on Facebook, motherfucker? No. That's your motherfucking SC Steves, your YRs, your motherfucking Danimal DeClowitz, buddy, using their pictures. And I've called it out, and I've got videos of me reporting those fucking accounts in live time. You dumb motherfucker, Dave. You're the motherfucker that was looking people up on Facebook. You looked up fucking Mellow Yellow.
No, I didn't. That's another fucking funny thing is he came to me with Mellow Yellow's information. I didn't even know where he lived. I didn't know what state he lived. I never even bothered to look into the guy. But this guy will keep fucking, and it's probably because at this point, and remember guys, around this point, there was somebody who was putting, and I suspect possibly SEMO, but it could be others. In fact, I'm almost certain other people did pick up on this and started to do it anyways. But they would put eyes in the chat. and it would freak Scott the fuck out. So he was asking who was that fucking irrelevant nobody that... Somebody help me out here. Tiff, you know who I'm talking about. Lockjaw. There we go. Lockjaw. Yeah, so Lockjaw was making videos, and, Scott got into his mind that it could be Mellow Yellow, and then looked him up and tried to find all this information. And then next thing I know, he's like, did you know he was here? And that, no, I didn't. Never looked him up. But yet again, people, this is where his, and it's convenient for him because he was so drugged up. Because remember, it wasn't just alcohol, guys. He was doing coke when he first got into this community. He was doing, big amounts of weed as well as edibles and stuff. So it's understandable that his memory is clearly not where it should be. Which is funny, though, because then he projects to me and he says, oh, well, you don't have a good memory. But we all know this stuff. So the fact is, for him to continue to say that I somehow obsess so much over Mello and looked his information and stuff is beyond fantasy, because I never did that. And he just wants to continue to push that particular narrative. So he can say whatever the fuck he wants about that. But again, does Mello annoy me when he hams it up? Yes. Is it worth fucking trying to pursue this guy? No, it's not. It's fucking easier to fucking go on a show and fucking shit on him. Or fucking talk to Ken and be like, I don't like Mello and stuff. And Ken's obviously, he said this in the past, because I've said this privately to him and publicly, and he said, and I acknowledged, I said, I know you're going to do this anyways, but hey, we're friends and I'll be honest with you. But, Mello annoys me, hams it up too much. He could just reel it back and stuff. And then Ken will do a show and he's like, I don't give a fuck who thinks what about Mello, obviously towards me, but that's fine. That's fine, because that's his show. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, but I can still fucking talk shit about Mello, but I'm not fucking looking him up. I don't care about this guy because I thought that he was Lockjaw. Okay? You did, Scott, which is why you began to obsess over him so much. I really just like to fucking, throw a few barbs here and there, annoy Ken. Certainly it's not the malicious nature, because again, it's Scott that always looks up these people on Facebook. And as such, he will try to find somebody's address. He tried to do the same thing with Mello. Simple fact. I didn't even know what this guy's fucking name was. But that's Scunty for you. Let's continue.
You looked up Drew. You looked up.
Hold on, looked up Drew. What do you... That's fucking funny. That's the first I've ever heard that. Looked up Drew. I've never looked up Drew, but I do know that I learned Drew's full name from Scott. So you're now going to try to gaslight me and tell me that I looked up Drew when I was cool with Drew. I had no issue to look him up or bother to do so. I mean, when I can simply say, hey, Drew, nobody's paying me to take a shot of fucking alcohol or, a shot, like a bowl of weed or whatever. It's like, I get more reaction that way. And it was more fun, but to look Drew up, Drew of all people, look Drew up, when basically the guy did help me out. He's donated to me, and he had me on his shows and stuff, and I'm going to look up Drew, right? Wow. Now this guy is truly reaching. Truly fucking reaching.
Mellow Yellow. You looked up Drew. You looked up Bullfrog, which is proof that I put out the other day. It's right on your fucking channel.
Bullfrog gave me his fucking Facebook, and then I noticed that there's a bunch of other Facebook accounts. And I even asked them, okay? Because again, he gave me the address. It was like, find me on Facebook. Okay. Well, hold on, dude. There's like 12 accounts here at least. And it's all your face, and it's just like a different name, and it's a different year that you start. It's like, well, yeah, I keep forgetting my password. I'm like, God damn it. I said the same thing to YR. He did the same thing with, I don't know what account. Oh, it was Skype. He kept fucking making new Skype accounts, but kept forgetting his account. So then I get a new fucking request. It's like, but hey, and I try to message the old account, nothing. I'm like, okay, well, what do we get with the new account? It's like, oh, that's me. I just forgot my account. I'm like, God damn it, YR. That basically what it was. My God, this guy.
The other day, it's right on your fucking channel. You stalking, project. You looked up bullfrog, which is proof that I put out the other day. It's right on your fucking channel.
Merry Christmas to the lovely Ms. Butterfly in the chat.
You stalking, projecting, fucking serial killer, sociopath.
Serial killer? Do you have proof of how many bodies were disposed of? You're gonna have to prove that in court there, buddy.
Rotted out fucking motherfucker, bro. This is what the fuck this guy's problem is. He believes some of these delusions in his head, too. He's not purposely lying. Sometimes he does, but sometimes he believes his own fucking
Listen to the state of his voice. He is fucking stressed. He is depressed. He's panicked. And he's angry. You can hear it in his voice.
fantasy that he tells himself. You're gonna fucking pay for that. You wanna poke the bear, you get the claws, Dave? That's you, motherfucker. You're the one poking the bear, and you're gonna fucking find out. I promise you. Wait till I get a hold of you, buddy. Take it to the police, Dave, because I'm fucking coming.
All right, perfect. So now what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I'm going to be presenting that information to the police. There you go. Is that what you wanted? You got it, buddy. No point in doing it right now. Yeah, it's 4:52 p.m., but come on. Yeah, at least in Alberta, because I do know mountain time there, buddy. But no point now. There's not going to be any response, or at least anything of value. But more importantly is that I know better ways of doing this. How about I go through my traditional route and I contact the politicians, and then they contact the police on my behalf, as they've done in the past, and allow me to fast forward through the bureaucratic bullshit. Very easy to do. So there's that. I have everything on you, Scott. There's no way that nobody can track you down. And being part of the military, well, you're locked in the system now. So, again, politicians don't need a Freedom of Information Act when they're acting on behalf of a constituent due to an actual threat. That's bypassed. But, yeah, they can easily gain access, or they can actually have their contacts gain access over these military records and get even more out. So there's really nothing you can do, Scott, to walk away from this. Let me go back to the chat here. Jacob RP says, I'd be angry too if my sister was on the front page of the community newspapers. Tiff says, damn, Scott, now you just had to take it that far. That's on you, boo. Yeah, but but this is the great thing, is that he continues to give us Christmas gifts throughout the entire 12 days of Christmas. Is that he'll continue to make threats, as he's done in the past, which now obviously constitutes for a character assessment, and continues to prove that this guy is a current threat to himself and others, a current and present threat to everyone else around him. His company would certainly not like to know that this is the way that he acts when he has time off, because who would want a person like this around their employees? Let's just be honest. I mean, if you get pissed off with what somebody says on the internet, imagine some guy that just fucking says some flippant comment. Is this guy gonna run him over with his fucking bulldozer or something? But yeah, I'll play that again. Actually, I want to hear that again. That's comical. But you can hear the hate in his voice. But more importantly is that he's just burying himself here. He's just burying himself. You're admitting that you're going to be doing a crime. And then he's going to make a video. Oh, I didn't really admit it. But it's on here on video. He did the same thing with
Old Man Davey, for example, with Joe Cronin, with Ken, with Tony. He said he would straight up fly down there where they were, and he would physically hurt them. He said the same thing with me multiple times, but he also said, well, my dad's going to be in Ontario, so I'm going to send them where you live, and then we'll see what's going on. Really? Well, I'm still waiting. I mean, I would have expected a pizza by this point, but let's go back here to listen how pathetic and powerless Scott is.
You and I am with the shit. And to be fair, also, like personal
said
information,
over
like actual
here.
serious personal information, like
Look up Joe's kids on Facebook, motherfucker. No. That's your motherfucking SC Steve's. Your back up your fucking claims because it's all a lie. See, this is your biggest problem.
Oh, you are without me interrupting. How about that? We're gonna play this entire thing for all of you guys to listen to. If you want to clip it good. But yes, I'm going to spark up a cigarette. How about that? A nice, enjoyable tobacco death stick. And I'll still, even with my consumption of the death sticks, will still outlive you, Scott. How about that? Isn't that great? That even if I was to fucking jump into acid, I would still outlast you. So, yeah, let's continue to enjoy your descent into further insanity. YRNO, you retarded and slaves. God did that. Kind of.
See, this is your biggest problem, you rotted out teeth fucking motherfucker. You're a liar, Dave. You're a pathological fucking liar. And you never can back up your fucking claims because it's all lies built up in your head and projection. Never did I fucking look up Joe's kids on Facebook, you fucking retard. That was Danimal Dan DeCloe, your friend in Ontario, you fucking psychopath.
Wait. Hold on a second here. Scunty, do you have internet access in your phone from the bus drive up there? Because he's deleting videos, just to let you know. Oh! Could it be that old Scunty is watching all us? Perhaps. In fact, I'd say he is. But he's now deleting a bunch of videos. That's disappointing for you, but I do have a few that were deleted that we will play, yes. But why are you hiding them, Scott? I thought you had nothing to hide. I mean, that alone... Dude, you don't know how bad that makes you look right now, dude. There's all these people that are tuned in. 33 people, probably many that don't like me. But probably many more that don't like you further. So, despite, what their views are on me, apparently they probably look at you even worse. And how bad do you look now having deleted those videos? Well, not deleted, but he makes them private. Because they'll always argue, oh, I didn't delete them, made them private. Regardless, they're no longer available on his channel. Also, why did he make his avatar a black woman? I don't understand that. That doesn't... If you want to... You know what? I'll show you guys this, because this is kind of weird. But why you would make your avatar... There we go. This is his current channel. He actually changed the title name, but they fear the truth and struck me again. Well, I didn't strike you, or strike you, which is the proper term. But why did you change your view or your avatar picture to a black woman? That doesn't. Oh, hold on. I didn't transition that. My apologies. All right, so there you go. There's the channel name right now. If you want the actual address, you can see that. But why the black woman? What's your deal with black women? Is there an issue there or something? I don't know. But yeah, he's been deleting videos. Like I said, if we look at the time, 1 day. Okay, so see, 2 days, 1 day. Okay, so like I said, remember there's 12 videos. Now there's only 4 videos from the last day, from the 24 hours. And obviously Christmas Day. Where'd those videos go, Scott? Now I've got the recordings, but why would you have done that? Why would you do that? I mean, it doesn't make much sense to me. Oh, I gotta get my new bat.
New Band-Aid. My cut is open again. I was cutting some potatoes the other day and really did a good number on my thumb. But unlike Scunty, I heal. He just festers. Although he'll say that I'm a rotted out, whatever it was. But yeah, Scunty quite busy trying to clean up the narrative. Because his narrative literally is diarrhea in a toilet that just wouldn't flush, and it just flooded the bathroom, and he had to go in there with his mop and try to clean that shit up. But we do have the clips, so let's see here. Let's go to me clip list. Clip it good. And even though Scott ran so far away, I can still catch him. So also, despite the fact all these people that I've had issues with in the past were actually willing to take the high road and show their maturity, and not only contact me to wish me a Merry Christmas, but also to wish good vibes on my dad, and even said that they would pray for him and so forth. You know, that means a lot. Certainly changed my opinion on many, but it's certainly something not Scott would do. And you'll hear that in this next clip. In fact, he doubles down. So, but what would you expect from Scott, right? What would you expect from Scott?
When are you going to learn about karma, Dave? You tell people that...
All right, so you know what I'm going to do? Before we do anything else, I'm going to actually get the definition of karma. And I'll read it out to everyone so that before we listen to his diatribe on what he thinks he knows, we'll actually know the full proper definition for those that might not. And we can laugh at Scott thinking that he knows what karma is. Karma, which is a Sanskrit word, means an action, work, or deed, and its effect or consequences. In the Indian religion, the term more specifically refers to a principle of cause and effect, often descriptively called the principle of karma, where an intent and actions of an individual, hence cause, influence the future of that individual effect. Good intent and good deeds contribute to good karma and happier rebirths. That's the big thing, because what happens is karma is essentially inherited at rebirth, because karma is a Hindu word, right? Well, it's Sanskrit, but adopted by the Hindus. It's the next life. The next life. What you do in this life affects the next life. It's not vengeance, which is what Scott is. Is you do something in this life, you're going to get an immediate response of vengeance, man. No, it's you live your life here and now, according to this belief. And then in the next life, you will inhabit, experience, deal with whatever decisions you made in this life. This is also well known in Buddhism, Sikhism, Taoism, Jainism. So this is a well-known concept. How Scott is so fucking stupid to not even understand how this works. Well, it makes sense now that we've actually examined his limited psyche. But, I mean, again, just look at the definition online. I can read it to you, but you can read it yourself. You can make up your own mind. But whatever it is that you read when it comes to this, it's in total confliction of what Scott has always said karma is. Scott thinks karma is vengeance. And we all know vengeance is God's, not ours. Justice belongs to man. That's a different story. And just like pizza, justice can be good, hot or cold. But vengeance must be a dish served cold, but doesn't belong to us. Scott doesn't understand that and wishes vengeance on anyone that speaks ill of him or even speaks the truth, and he can't stand it. Let's continue. So the video is called Straight Karma for you, Dave. I think he took this one down, so I got a copy.
It's not what I say it is, right?
It's not.
When are you going to learn about karma, Dave? You tell people that it's not.
I read so many books. Where do I start? Where do I start? The Bhagavad Gita, the Rules of the Buddha, the Dharma. I understand karma, okay, because I've looked into it. I've read it. It's just, oh my God. Back to the clip.
What I say it is, right?
Does this sound... Okay, I'm going to have to rewind it again. Sorry. But does this sound like a guy that is healthy? He sounds drained. Does this sound like, like karma? Dude, really? Did it take so much out of you?
When are you going to learn about karma, Dave? You tell people that it's not what I say it is,
It's
right?
not.
But when it happens to you, when shit hits you hard, all of a sudden, oh, it's poor me, woe is me. You just laughed at a guy's fucking death, dude, and his obituary, and put his family's names that are in that obituary up on a screen, just like you did to my grandfather. And then, oh, my dad.
This is public information, just like you said. If we're going to use your argument there, Scott, it's public information. And as well, this guy wished me harm, and he attempted to do all these harmful things towards me. So this is not vengeance, it's justice. And I certainly didn't do what you did to, say, Ken, to Joe, to old man Davey. I mean, we could go on and on with this list, to Tony. I mean, there's all these things that you've done, and you're trying to ignore this. Again, the two kokok, logical fallacy, or two kok. Depends on your pronunciation, regardless. Yeah, I need to work on my French. But that's you, dude. That is what you're doing right now. Let's rewind a bit. There's so much to uncover.
You did to my grandfather, and then, oh, my dad.
Didn't Lockjaw do that to your grandfather? Didn't you do that to other people? Didn't I respond in kind?
Dad's in the hospital. Feel bad for me. Dad's in the hospital. First Christmas I spent alone. That's why I had to force myself.
I wasn't saying anyone feel bad for me. The thing is, though, I'm not you. I'm not a coward, Scott. So, you want to judge me? Well, judge me. There it is. But listen to this.
I went alone. That's why I had to force myself under Nicky Nines.
So you hear that, Nikki? I sent you the link. I don't know if you're licking, but apparently I had listening. But yeah, apparently I had to force myself onto Nicky Nines. Nikki contacted me earlier that day. Even asked me if I was planning to go live, and he called in, which I was very grateful and thankful for because we haven't heard from him in a long time. I had a great conversation with him on Christmas Day. But yeah, I had to force myself onto him. Somehow, this guy's always been around, never left, right? The real reason is his computer got fucked. Sorry, Nikki, I'm breaking kayfabe. But yeah, his computer got fucked, so couldn't be around unless it was on his phone or something. And he's been busy, obviously, with real life things. And he's going to somehow claim that I forced myself on Nikki, somehow forced him online and made him be on my show. Now, Scott will say that we're delusional, but ladies and gentlemen, a great example of Scott's delusion. Let's continue.
Because I'm too scared to get off air. I'm quivering because all my shit's out there and I'm getting what I deserve.
I'm quivering? Well, I'm here. Hello. Still waiting for that pizza that I was promised. Well, you didn't really promise me, but I'm sort of telling you got to give me a pizza. That's the only way to exert your dominance here, okay? Because you're a little chihuahua compared to me, a Dogo Argentino, or Argentine Mastiff. Best for hunting wild boar and mountain lions. But yeah, I'm quivering, apparently. I'm shaking. I've quit my channel. I've made it. I've deleted it. And private. I deleted my channel, and I've disappeared off the internet, never to be seen again. Oh, well, hold on a second. Wait, I'm on YouTube right now. Holy shit! That's right, Scott. You're a fucking moron. I'm quivering. Okay.
You
After what you did to fucking Ken, is he quivering? Pathetic. And yes, you also tried the same thing with Joe. In fact, I believe at one point this guy published the front door of Joe's house. To be honest, if I remember correctly. And Scott was like, oh, you don't remember shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, Scott, stop gaslighting people. We know that you're the fucking drunk here. You're the fucking one with the liver failure and all that. But I certainly remember quite well. And I do know that you certainly were obsessed with Joe because you pursued his donators and got many to fucking leave. So, there's that.
deserve the fucking... You ever watch The Christmas Carol? The Three Ghosts? Christmas Past?
You mean Charles Dickens' classic novel? It's a book, douchebag. It's a book. It's not a movie. Have movies been made out of it? Yes, but it's a fucking book, you degenerate. Go read a fucking book, for fuck's sake.
Christmas present, Christmas future. That's what you deserve, Dave. A little.
Because I called you out, exposed you for years, showed how powerless you are and how you couldn't do shit, and that even when you would do things to Ken and stuff, I would show that when you try to claim that you knew the law, or Joe, for example, because you'll keep claiming you didn't do anything to Joe, that's a lie, that I just simply pulled up the Criminal Code of Canada and exposed you, and then you claim, again, what kind of loser claims that the RCMP in an afternoon explained the entire Criminal Code of Canada to them, and now they know everything? You're the biggest liar that I've ever met, Scott. You're the biggest loser that I ever met. And god damn it, is this fucking easy as fuck to shoot fish in a barrel and every time hit you and prove this. And your record is so expansive that you can keep saying, well, what about this? What about that? It's just like, but hold on. You keep ignoring your track record. Let's continue.
Little Christmas future ghost did.
Ooh, Christmas future.
Pay you a little visit. I think you're getting the blunt.
I slept like a baby last night, so if any ghosts visited me, they probably, try to kick me awake and said, fuck, this guy's just way too out of it. It was the wine, after all. It was the misterio. But, yeah. You're living a delusion.
Den of what the cosmos.
The cosmos and I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, dude.
Have in store for you, for your actions.
Somebody that actually knows karma wouldn't be saying that sort of thing because they don't know what the cosmos has planned. But that is the arrogance of somebody who's a fake. They're going to just try to cherry pick all these different fucking philosophical and religious ideas and then somehow claim that they actually know things. Shout out to Bird2393 and a Merry Christmas to you, good sir. Let's continue.
Literally last week, making fun of a guy's death. Bomb.
He deserved it. How about that? For the shit that he did on me, and I didn't reveal everything about what he tried, but hey, for what he did on me, I don't feel any remorse for that, and why should I? This is hilarious. This guy is trying to say, well, I've wished death on Ken, on Joe, on Old Man Davey, on literally everybody that he's had to deal with that just wouldn't take his bullshit. Big Bad Ads, fucking Cunny Chris, I don't know, Bird. I mean, like, just say names. Say names, people. And he'll what's his name? Fucking Real Talk, Metaphor Messiah, wish death on him. How many people? I mean, are we going to ignore this shit? No, we're not, because we're not stupid like Scott. But are we going to know this shit? Absolutely not. His track record proves it clear. So he can point to other people, but those people just respond to his action. This is the guy that thought that he could run roughshod throughout the entire community for all these years and then realized that he was next to nothing. And certainly got played all along the way.
Michelle, I'm evil Dave Rose. I'm unstoppable and untouchable.
Yeah, I'm unstoppable, untouchable. I'm still waiting for my fucking pizza, dude. Come on. Donair pizza, double sauce.
Yeah, it really shows, Dave. Your misery. Everybody can hear it and see it.
Really? I certainly don't look like you. I don't have this puffy... And again, the last time I appeared on camera, maybe I should save that for, if Ken goes live tonight, which I doubt, I'll go on camera. If Joe goes live tonight, I'll go on camera. But you certainly won't see a major weight gain like you did when it comes to my facial features. That's an absolute fact. Yeah, do I smoke cigarettes? Yeah. Is that unhealthy? Absolutely. Do I want to quit? Yes. But I'm certainly not looking like a puffed up, fucking full of hot air, disgusting piece of shit like you now, am I? Certainly not.
And now you're just opening up about it. And it's deserved big fucking time.
So he basically says that regardless of what you did, Dave, your father deserves what he's going through. Now, wouldn't you think more better? It would be, okay, well, Dave, your dad has nothing to do with this, but you, Dave, deserve to, to feel harmed. So, if you got hit by a car or something, you're in the hospital, you're like, yeah, it's justified. Okay, I could see that being a little more justified, although quite delusional. But this guy's basically saying that even though he doesn't know my father, even though that he has nothing to do with this, that my father deserves what he's going through right now, and this is karma. That's not how karma works. But more importantly, it actually sort of explains that this guy is just looking for vengeance. He's so angry, so sad, the sad little boy his sister told us about, that he can't stand the fact that somebody continues to be defiant to his pathetic nature. And again, Scott, you're not doing shit. You're not coming to see me. If you did try, you'd die. Simple as that. I've explained this to you for years. You've still not gotten it. I hope you can outrun a bullet, but you can't. But there it is. But more importantly, again, it's just full of hot air. I would do that to anybody. I'd do it to anybody who tries to fucking charge my property. Simple as that. But more importantly there, Scott, is that you're not going to waste your money or time to fly to Ontario. Of course not. Why don't you waste your time to fly down to Edmonton where Nikki is? Would you be willing to do that? Of course not. Because you're a fucking pussy. You're going to go visit Danimal in Ontario? No, you won't. Go see Old Man Davey in Denver? No. You're going to go fucking see... I don't know where the fuck old man... Sorry, what's his name? Marvin One. He's in a... I think he's in the Everglades. I don't know. He's in some sort of weird bayou type area. It's weird. You gonna see him? Absolutely not. That would be the last time your body actually got seen, because it's probably eaten by crocodiles. You're not going anywhere, dude. You're not going anywhere. There's nothing you can do. And you're pathetic every time you attempt to try to threaten somebody.
But keep deluding yourself, evil one. Keep deluding yourself. And all you little fucking weirdos that follow him.
Oh, okay. So he's saying this to everyone. Remember, this is on Christmas Day, guys. This is on Christmas Day. He is so... Instead of spending time, maybe... I don't know. Because he said, I gave my own jacket off my back to that homeless man. So instead of on Christmas Day, maybe say schedule some time with a local shelter, go help out making some meals or something, go visit people there on the street, give them what you got. No, you're going to spend your time at home claiming to be so sanctimonious, but then embody such evil energies because you hate things, man. Dude, you're an antichrist with a small a. It's as simple as that. You can't run away from that. You can't deny it. You're an antichrist. You hate good. You are the evil one. You can deny it, but you'll never run from it. You'll never be able to get away from it because everyone has seen this for years. So you can make up your new lies now and say whatever the fuck you want, but you have the track record, okay? Dave Rose wasn't always a piece of shit, okay? Dave Rose wasn't always, well, maybe I was always an asshole, but it wasn't that predominant. But you pushed me to that point, Scott. I wanted to be left alone. I want to do my own thing. I want to talk conspiracies, but you kept going in and like, Joe promised me a time on Final Frontier News and you don't even deserve to be here. Then there's the stuff with Joe not featuring him on his birthday, Ken not featuring him on his, Joe not featuring him on the 100 episode, Ken not featuring him on his birthday. All these things. It all accumulates, Scott. You can't deny it. You've acclaimed such a track record that at this point it's undeniable. You cannot get past it. And the best thing for you would be to just leave. But you won't do that. So all you're going to do is just continue to double down, and you're going to look worse and worse and worse. And, well, to be quite honest, a lot of us actually do appreciate that in the sense that we certainly laugh at your misfortunes there, Scunty. But this idea that you're going to somehow chase people off the internet, including Ken or Joe, laughable. Let's continue.
And go fuck yourselves, too. I hope you're having a miserable Christmas, too, because you all deserve.
You hear that? Let's rewind it again. He hopes that we're having a miserable Christmas. Even the people that contacted me yesterday that, let's just say, were very displeased with my actions. People that would straight up talk shit about me in other chats. And certainly make it very clear that they did not like me. They still contacted me without any prompting and said, regardless of the shit, or they mentioned things in other chats, but they said, regardless of the issues that I've had with you, I still want to wish the best for your father. And I understand what's gone in the past and this and that, but that doesn't matter. Because what matters is that I'm giving you my genuine thoughts on this matter, and they are praying for your father, hoping for the best, sending good energy. That says mountains full, more than Scott could ever do. People that, again, straight up don't like me, but they're willing to fucking actually show that character. That's something that Scott has never done. And again, it's something that I've said that I certainly didn't expect, and certainly does change my opinion on many people and raises them up in a level of respect that wasn't there before. But that shows a level of maturity that Scott will never do. Shows a level of compassion, of humanity that Scott will never show. So that alone, in my opinion, I think differentiates these individuals from Scott by light years. Shout out to the Goon in the chat. He says, Dave Rose is home alone. Dave has more free time on his hands due to the current situation with his father. This just means he has more time to punish Skunt. How is this smart? Skunt should have went after Dave when he was super busy. Now he got all the time in the world. Yeah, that could have been done, but it is what it is. But there are people who are justified in their actions against me, or at least their criticism. I won't deny that. Even if I don't agree with their stance, to respond, I think is appropriate. But Scott, though. Scott is a different fucking thing altogether. Let's continue here. We only have a little bit.
You little fucking weirdos that follow him. You can go fuck yourselves, too. I hope you're having a miserable Christmas, too, because you all deserve it so fucking much, man.
So anyone who's watching me, even people that have hate watched in the past, or maybe just don't like me ever, are still tuning in to see what's going on, checking out the drama.
certainly don't show that sort of level of hate that Scotty is showing. Let's see here. Where's the other clip? Did I play this one? Oh, yeah, I did not play this one. All right, before I do that one, let's see. Scunty, have you updated your videos here? You keep deleting things? Nope, haven't deleted anything. Yeah, I guess because obviously he's watching, so he is adjusting the videos that are being viewed and so forth. But let's play this one here and see what he has to say. And again, Scott, you can delete these videos, but you project yourself, and as such, not just me, but sparrows, birdies, squids, fishies, all these other people are recording the exact same thing. They're recording it, and, well, if they find out that I'm going live, we'll say, hey, Dave, could you use that clip? I'd be like, yes, I can. And as such, well, we have a good old time here, and all those that are willing to be mature, even if there has been issues between us, at least can bring up your fucking lies there now, Scunty. And we're all witness to it. So, this one's called, I'll give your fake lines of entertainment, clowns, and cowards. At Tony from Revere, at Mr. Diddy. I have no idea who Mr. Diddy is. But I believe you said something.
With that, yeah, and I know, bygones be bygones. At the end of the day, health and all that shit is the most important. And, I just don't believe in wishing bad things on people regardless. It's just evil, man. It's evil. It's not entertainment. It's not entertainment when you cross.
Did it pause? What's going on? Windows Media Player is being a little weird. But yeah, this I believe was when Tony was on my show on the 24th, I believe. And yes, God forbid that two adversaries may agree on certain topics because they're actually factually correct. Now, Scott believes that, hey, if you fought against each other, there's no way that you guys could actually see that I'm a piece of shit. Well, actually, no, it's very easy. Both of us could be fighting and we'd be like, oh, hold on a second. Look at this piece of shit. It's very easy to do that. So, yeah, you do sort of glow, Scunty, when it comes to your piece of shitness. I know it's not a word, but now it is. Let's continue.
Those lines, right? And you've always kept it as dirty as you played. You always kept it in the lines of entertainment. That's why. And also
between us, again, like,
yeah,
I've always, again, I took issue when this whole thing that he tried to make it sound like you were endangering your family and this and that and your girl, and it's just like, and more importantly, it's just like, okay, Dave, I did you dirty and fucked up with the fucking address. More importantly, fine. Dave, but did I ever even bother, first of all, to even learn your girl's name? Okay, I only. There we go. Scott, why did you actually decide to make the videos private? I mean, what are you hiding? Really? You'd made so many. You'd made 12. You made 12 videos. Basically during the duration of Christmas. The day of Christmas, 25th. Okay, the first day of Christmas. When my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. What are you hiding? What are you hiding right now? Don't you think that, again, if you're so goddamn good, which you claim to be, don't you think that you'd be like, I can't wait till Dave gets to this video, because it'll certainly show his audience how shitty he is and what kind of piece of shit he is. But why delete them? Why fucking hide them? Again, he's going to say, oh, I didn't delete them. Okay, you hid them. Okay, you hid them. You made them private. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. Don't you think that right now you could sabotage me by leaving those videos up and letting me play them because I haven't heard them? Let me play them and hear what criticisms you have. Again, I prefer that. I have nothing to hide. So any sort of criticism that comes my way on a video I haven't seen should be interesting to listen to nonetheless. And, well, we're not getting that from Scott. He's making his videos private for some fucking reason. But why?
Don't you think that all these, I mean, if you made these videos in the first place, again, let's just really break it down. If he made these videos in the first place, why the fuck would he actually start making these things private? Why? What are you hiding for? I mean, don't you have something that is just so groundbreaking that it just embarrasses me? Because it certainly sounded like it from all these videos that you had. Do you think you're in control? Like, I'm not letting Dave review me. But, dude, I just did review you, right? And I could continue to review. And Tony can review. And all these other people can review. All the people that recorded your shit could review you. I mean, what do you hope to accomplish? Don't you think that it'd be easier for you to just be honest and let people judge you for your actions? Or are you that much of a coward and can't accept that? I mean, I leave my videos up specifically for that, as well as huge replay value, huge. But again, it's up there, so anyone can anyone can technically pull a Scott McKinnon and start to clip certain. He'll claim that, Ken does this, but no, this is what Scott does. He'll clip certain clips and then make it, put it all together and make it sound like I did something or said something, which was not even the case. But my videos are up there. I don't pull what Scott does. And, I've been struck multiple times in the past, but it hasn't stuck. But, I mean, what are you hiding, Scott? What are you hiding? That's the bigger question. Let's continue with this clip. Learn that from Scott, right? Because he fucking posted it. Did I even bother to fucking say, okay, well, now that I got her name, I want to find out where she works, man. And then actually print that fucking information out and show it? Dude, that is fucking... Imagine somebody doing that to Ken's wife. Imagine somebody doing that to fucking Joe's wife. That is fucking beyond insane.
It's terrible.
What kind of argument do you have against that there, scunt?
Well, now here's the thing.
Well, they said my name. They said my name, so I'm justified.
Can't get any faker than this. Sitting there with fucking David Rosendum, the guy who wanted to defecate on your dead parents' graves.
Actually, I proposed that. I didn't say I was going to do it. I said, well, what about if I do this? And yeah, again, a two-cock from you. Pointing to other people. We're not talking... Again, I know what I said to Tony. Tony knows what I said to him. Sorry. I know what I said to Tony. Tony knows what he said to me. We know what he said to each other. Okay? Boom. But that was our dance. Why... I talked about this the other day with Tony. It's our dance. Okay? It's our feud. Leave us be. Stop fucking interfering. Don't fucking involve yourself. It has nothing to do with you. But... if me and Tony are doing the dance and you get involved, we're going to be like, dude, it ruined the dance. We were here to dance, okay? And we, again, we're only sticking to ourselves and not going for family because we actually have standards there, scunt. But we're like, he ruined the dance. Okay, well, I got another 30 minutes. How about you? Yeah, another 30. Okay, let's go beat the shit out of scunt. Boom. That's how it fucking works. So you want to involve yourself in a problem that isn't yours? Be goddamn guaranteed that you're going to get yours, scunty.
And somehow tried to...
Also, I do want to thank the angel that contacted me earlier today, and they were an angel, pure angel. I now have another address, and that's all I'll say about that. But, yeah, naughty. Again, I was very much blessed this year on Christmas, even with all the adversity, because again, I got the opportunity to have that retrospective and look at what was important, and I was blessed. I was blessed by many different things, including the visitation of an angel, who then gave me the address of somebody else who's been trying to start problems with many people. I won't say who that angel was, nor will I say who the person was that they got information on, but let's just say it's very juicy, eh, Scott? I mean, but regardless, just know that Christmas was a blessed day. Let's continue with this clip.
Put that on me, because he has the memory of a goldfish, and he fucking project.
Excuse me, sir, but I'm going to have to rewind that a bit. I was the one that introduced that term to the community. You can stop
with trying to just take everything. If you were to put Scott in a glass room, he would be limited to like 5 words or something. Imagine if he was in a zoo. He'd be like a caveman. Unless you introduce new concepts to him, like using a rock to break a mussel or clam open to get the meat inside, he wouldn't know it. But once he sees it, he starts to do it. Just like the typical chimpanzee that he actually is. Despite the fact that, this guy uses the hard R-N word like it's going out of style and like it was always in his vocabulary. But, this is the type of person that he is. Well, let's continue.
Yeah, fucking projects on me into oblivion, just like you, Tony.
Projects onto oblivion. What the fuck are you talking about? You're just throwing out words now. Can we get to the point, people, where we can all just recognize the fact that this guy's vocabulary is so limited? Again, you leave him alone in a cage, he'll just grunt. But if he starts to see things, he'll start to emulate them like a chimp. And the same thing, he starts to use words that were never prevalent in his vocabulary, except for the N-word with the hard R. That's something seems to be that was always prevalent in his vocabulary. And it just flows so freely on him. There's no hesitation. There's no like sort of hesitancy. It's just like straight up, boom. And we heard that. I played it the other day. Tiff says, I'm thinking of jalapeno bratwurst topped off with mustard and wrapped with a flour tortilla for dinner. Just something easy and simple tonight. That sounds amazing, to be quite honest. Jalapeno bratwurst topped off with mustard, wrapped in oof. At least send me some photos, Tiff, because that sounds fucking great. But yes, back to old Scanty here. Are you watching Scanty? Let's go back to Scanty's videos. Any new videos? Can you make any new videos on that? No, he must be on his fucking trip up to the work camp because no videos. But he's been deleting his videos, so we know he's watching. So what? Is he going to make a video tonight at 3 a.m. Eastern time when he knows I'm sleeping like he used to do in the past? And say, oh, well, I sure showed you, Dave. And then by 5 in the morning, the video is privated again. And I'll be told, hey, Dave, he made a video about you. And it's just like, well, there's no video on there. It's like, oh, well, he deleted it. Well, that's what I guess a courageous person does, right, is make a video and shit on other people, not leave it up, and then make it private. Well, that's Scott M.O., and it's been that way for a long time. Let's continue.
On me into oblivion, just like you, Tony. 2 peas in a pod, right? Don't you notice how people with dementia and Alzheimer's that like to project and not take...
First of all, you're not a doctor, so you can't assess whether or not I have autism, dementia, or Alzheimer's. But for you to actually claim this goes to show your delusion. Anybody with any sense would recognize, well, I'm not really a doctor. Now, maybe I'm noticing certain patterns that might fit this, but I'm not going to straight out say this person has this or that because I'm so great in the community and I know exactly what's going on. Imagine that, people. Imagine that. A loser like Scott to actually fucking claim that he knows medical conditions. And he's done that multiple times about commenting about people who he thinks have autism. Now, meanwhile, this guy's he's a schizophrenic. I'm almost sure of it. He's also psychopathic and he's psychotic. What do we got here? Latino Heat says, and you, Scanty, you have the memory of a syphilis-ridden hobo, the intellect of an acorn, and finally the looks of a human hot air balloon. I cannot argue any of those statements because they are all verified, factually correct. I checked with the Guinness Book of World Records, and that is now confirmed. So yeah, Scanty, you're all that, and a side of shit. How about that? Let's continue with this clip here. Not too much to go. Skype lines and Discord lines are open.
Accountability all seem to find each other in the end. because they can't stand the fucking guy that they're projecting on, the guy that keeps on exposing them for what they are and the mental health issues that they have, and the fucking addict.
Listen to the exasperation in his voice. He can't even, he has to take a quick breath to just continue. He can't be like, okay, well, Tony and Dave, they're just not smart. Now, they're also exhibiting certain display. No, it's just like, you can hear in his voice. He's like exasperated. He's exasperated. A lot of breathing, a lot of deep breathing. You can hear this. Rewind if you need to. It's deep breathing.
Addiction problems that they have. Tony and Dave are...
That's projection there. That's projection again.
One and the same. Dave's addicted to booze. Tony's addicted to dabs. Both of them have short-term memory. Both of them think that they're victims when they're...
This is hilarious. Scott saying that we have the short-term memory. But I've already proven that I have a long-term memory. So, obviously, false. But we've proven this with Scott, where he's like, oh, I don't remember what happened that night. It's like, because you were blackout drunk, you fucking piece of shit. Because you're a fucking scumbag. Of course you don't remember.
Attackers. They're both fucking sociopaths. They're both delusional. They're both in the early stages of dementia. And
again, from Dr. Scott, who apparently knows that both Tony and I are in early stages of dementia. Can you maybe cite something from, first of all, some sort of reputable source that you actually have the ability to make this assessment, but perhaps an example as well? You'll need both of those, actually, to make that statement. Because, again, if you're not qualified to actually assess somebody's mental condition, chances are you're just a Scott McKinnon who's totally delusional and, in fact, like I've said for years, actually just projecting your own mental issues on somebody else. That's exactly what Scott has done from the very get-go. He'll call somebody a schizophrenic. We know he's got schizophrenia. We know it. He'll call somebody a psychotic. We know he's the psychotic. Just look at his fucking actions. His actions speak louder than his words. So everything that he says, everything, is a projection. And that word wasn't introduced to his fucking vocabulary until this guy right here, got into the mix. So basically, if it wasn't for us, this guy would be speaking in grunts and whines. He's basically a knuckle-dragging caveman. And he can claim whatever the fuck he wants, but there's so much that he would not have known if he didn't get exposed to us. Oh, man, I've ridiculed him so often about the shit that he didn't know. Like, he didn't even know what DDoS was. And then he's like, well, Dave, why don't you tell me what DDoS is? It's like, I know exactly what it is. Oh, well, tell me. It's like, but I know what it is. You don't know what it is. Well, you tell me first. Fucking pathetic. I know the law. I know the law. How dare you, Dave, saying you know the law? It's not possible for somebody who hasn't attended the bar to actually understand the law, but how dare you? Scott is so pathetic. I love, again, this dance with Scott has been great because of the fact that he keeps doubling down and making himself look so stupid. So stupid. And then he gets so angered by the fact that he got exposed for being so stupid and so ignorant of the law or just basic things. Again, he said to YR, remember this. Okay, you really want to laugh? Let's talk about this. So he said, Scott said he called the Texas police. Well, Texas is a fucking huge state. And anybody of right mind knows that there's no one police in Texas. There's multiple municipalities, divisions, counties that have dozens of police departments that are associated with them. Sheriff departments as well. So in his attempt to try to threaten YR, he says, well, I contacted the Texas police. Okay, Scott needs to understand how stupid he looks. He keeps doubling down and denying it, claims that other people doing it, but Scott, there is no Texas police, you dumb fuck. He even said he contacted the Texas RCMP. Well, the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, they only operate in Canada.
so they wouldn't have a division there in Texas. This is the bullshit that Scott's pulled over the years, trying to convince people that he actually knows the law, which he doesn't, and more importantly, showing his ignorance when actually claiming something like, I've contacted the Texas police? If you've ever looked at a geographical globe, you'll see Texas is fucking massive. And you think they're going to have one police managing the whole... You know who thinks that? A brain-dead piece of shit who comes from a shithole of a fucking province that really has only one provincial police control the entire thing. Because it's so small. You don't need fucking multiple divisions and all that. But he applies that to American states and thinks that it's actually going to stick. Oh, it is joyous. Joyous to fucking bathe in his stupidity. Because it's so fucking funny. How can someone be this fucking stupid, some might ask? But all you got to do is look at that chubby cheek-faced fuck and realize that's how you can be that stupid. Now, we're almost done this clip. Let's continue. Skype lines are open. Discord lines are open.
They both hate me because I keep exposing them for what the fuck they are, which is evil. Fuck the both of you to fucking hell. And after I'm done with that...
That's a nice thing to say on Christmas Day, isn't it? Antichrist.
Shit, Mr. Diddy, you fucking faggot from that prison community, fucking recording cops all day, innocent cops that aren't even doing shit, but their job, you think you're cool and a tough guy? Huh? You're one of them fucking clowns, and you're in every fucking YouTube chat over in that fucking prison community, bro, and you just somehow fucking convinced Eddie to take my wrench away. I did nothing but support that Canadian jail war story fucking dude. Huh? And he's in my country.
And it comes back to the jealousy. You took my wrench, man. You took my wrench.
But he takes an American side. Some fucking clown punk bitch like you, bro. You fucking, this is 2 chats now that you got me fucking banned from. So I'm gonna have fucking...
So you're gonna what? Yeah, that's where the video ends. I think that's, I don't know if he's made any more videos. He's probably stuck on the truck there, so he can't really make any, no, he can't. Yeah, he's deleted the videos or made them private, but, certainly has, what's it called? He's made them private, but he's certainly been talking and so forth. But again, what's going on? Like, why did you make those videos private? I mean, maybe you're on your bus ride up there. You don't want people to acknowledge what you said. Is there something that you're trying to hide? That's very interesting. So, yeah, that's, I guess, the end of what we're going to play because he, again, made things private because he's a pussy. After all, we all know who Skunt is. Everyone sees him now, including all these communities he chased after to try to garner support. But there it is. There it fucking is. But, yeah, Skype lines are open if anyone wants to call in. We've been going for, well, 3 hours something. 3 hours, 1 minute, something like that. Nice little Boxing Day show. Anybody else up right now? Let's see here. Is Tony going live? Tony's going live. Actually, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make Scunty mad. So let's do this. I'm gonna transition here. All right. So no mistake this time, Scott, unlike with your channel. No mistake. I'm going to actually subscribe to Tony. There you go. So, subscribe. Bam. Subscription added. How does that make you feel, Scunty? Because this is not by accident. This is actually on purpose. And there we go. I'm subscribed to Tony. Look at that. So now I'll be updated when Tony goes live. Yeah. And it'll probably make a video where, for example... we have something like this: snake, lizard, shit, alien. That refers to you there, Scotty. So, there's that. But, yes, now I shall be his subscriber. There's nothing you can do about it. 'Cause, let me tell you, Tony's my best friend. It makes Scott so damn mad. Latino Heat says, whoa, it's me. Scunty, the world is entirely against you. Why aren't more people coming to your aid? Oh, yeah, because you're less relevant and worthy than a streaming hot piece of shit. Absolutely correct, but I'm sure that at some point later tonight he'll be whispering in his quarters there at his work camp.
Well, you guys can't say that, man. I can't let you do that. Like, these people are faking. You know, I'm real, man. I'm real.
And there's nothing you can do about it, Scotty. Nothing you can do about it. But, yeah, I'm getting kind of hungry. But I'll leave, I don't know, like 5 minutes, I guess. Open for any calls that anybody might wish to make. And then at, well, I guess 5 minutes prior to WWE Raw. I don't know who watches that anymore, unless they're really into the sort of sadistic pain. But I'll give you that option. You guys can watch that garbage. But yeah, I think 3 hours today on a nice chill stream. Not too shabby. Boxing Day. Yes, I think it was a good one. But yeah, I do appreciate everyone popping into the chat today. Big number of people. And I'm sure a lot of people agreeing with situation with Skuntard there. But yeah, Skuntard continues to double down and thinks somehow that people are going to believe his lies. And all he's doing is just reminding people that Joe, Ken, me, and others were absolutely right of him from the get-go. And there's nothing he can do about it. There's nothing he can do about it. Especially this whole, oh, I'm going to see you soon. You're not going to go nowhere, dude. You're not going nowhere. But now I have an actual threat that I will be presenting to the police tomorrow. And that should be fun. We'll see what kind of circles I'm going to have to jump through there. But certainly have a lot of character witnesses that can assist me in saying, yes, I've witnessed this individual's behavior. In fact, they'd probably even signed affidavits, which, if they lied on, would be considered perjury. But considering the fact that we've got dozens of people, if not hundreds, that can verify the exact same thing, Scott, you're fucked. But we'll see what kind of fucking video he makes after this and sees what he can say, which is probably not much. But it should be good. Should be funny. Steve Callan says, great stream, Dave, and Scunty, go fuck yourself. I think everyone's agreeing with that sentiment. He said, hashtag, fuck Scunty's corpse. Yes, and it looks like he'll probably be the second obituary framed in the community, and well-deserved, nonetheless. But certainly quite comical. But he knows about karma, man. I know about karma. Karma, man. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun night, in my opinion. Hope you guys had fun too. Merry Christmas. And thank you for all those that wished my father the best of luck and prayed for him, or at least gave him positive energy and thoughts. But when it comes to Scott, nobody's given him that. But on that note, I am Devious Dave Rose, and we shall see you next time.